रामानुजदयापात्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणं श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यं वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकं लक्ष्मीनाथसमारम्भां नाथयामुनमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां यो नित्यमच्युतपदाम्बुजयुग्मरुक्मव्यामोहतस्तदितराणि तृणाय मेणे अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य दयैकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये। माता पिता युवतयस्तनया विभूतिः सर्वं यदेव नियमेन मदन्वयानाम् आद्यस्य नः कुलपतेर्वकुलाभिरामं श्रीमत्तदङ्घ्रियुगलं प्रणमामि मूर्धना। भूतं सरश्च महदाह्वयभट्टनाथ श्रीभक्तिसारकुलशेखरयोगिवाहान् भक्ताङ्घ्रिरेणुपरकालयतीन्द्रमिश्रान् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्। कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम्। वाल्मीकिर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को नयाति परां गतिं वेदवेद्ये परे पुंसि जाते दशरथात्मजे वेदः प्राचेतसादासीत् साक्षाद् रामायणात्मना अञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं जानकीशोकनाशनं कपीशमक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्का भयङ्करं मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूतमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। आञ्जनेयमदिपाटलाननं काञ्चनाद्रिकमनीयविग्रहं पारिजाततरुमूलवासिनं भावयामि पवमाननन्दनं। यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकम्। Namassadaсе Namassabhayai. With the abundant blessings of Paramatma Shri Pati, we have gathered in the very premises of Shri Guruvayurappan Krishna in the Kshetra of Rajaji Nagara, generally in most sannidhis across Bharata Desha, especially Dakshinatya in south. Before the Moola Murti of Bhagavan, there is a mirror which is kept. That Darpanam which is kept reflects, or rather tries to reflect Bhagavan's beauty. But generally, more than the original Pratima, nowhere in the world the reflection will look better. But Rajaji Nagara is different, because if Bhagavan has to look into his reflection, he is atop the hill in ISKCON. So, both the Pratima and its Bimba are equally beautiful. Muthuswami Dikshita, on a different note, he is a Sri Vidya Upasaka. He says when he visits a kshetra called Nagapattinam. Nagapattinam is a coastal town today in the state of Tamil Nadu. Pattinam means a city. Pattinam is generally not assigned to every place. It used to be given to places with good habitats, human settlements, and port facility. So earlier it was called Madrasi Pattinam. then Chennapattinam, which became Chennai. Similarly, Nagapattinam. Pattinam is a well-maintained smart city where stormwater drains are closed, garbage is collected, wires are not hanging. That used to be a city then. So it was called Nagapattinam. In Nagapattinam, there is a Vaishnava Kshetra of Bhagavan called Saundarya Raja, Saundara Raja. Saundara Rajam Ashraye Gaja Brindavana Sarengendra Varadarajam Nandana Rajam Nagapattina Rajam, says Dikshita. But he is a Sri Vidya Upasaka. He has sung on Narayana, but in that Kshetra, there is a Devi called Nilayatakshi. There he talks about image and its reflection. Bimbadhari Chit Pratibimba Dari Bimbam. See, look at Sanskritam as a language. Bimba is any image. Pratibimba is reflection. But look at the way he infuses poetry. He says Bimba Adhari. Bimba is a fruit. She has got fruity lips. Shringara Rasam. Bimba Adhari. So Bimba means image. Bimbadhari means the one with the lips of a Bimba fruit. Chit Pratibimbadari, you are the reflection to the inner consciousness. Bimbadari, Chit Pratibimbadari, Bindunadava Shankari, Shankari. Ambujaramana Sodari Adari Ambari Kadambari Neelambariyam Ba Neelaya Takshi. That Bimba and Pratibimba that Dikshita sang is visible in Rajaji Nagara with Guruvayurappan and Krishna. That said, yesterday I had the opportunity, Saubhagya, to briefly discuss Nrisimhavataram. Many of them came later to me, wrote to me, you have left this temple, you didn't mention that temple. See, there are thousands of temples. In August, I am going to render a Bhagavata Saptaham in English in Germany, in a hillock. There is a hill called Simhachalam in Germany. So in Simhachalam, before Nrisimha, I am going to. So some person wrote, why didn't you mention Germany, Narasimha? I said, I am going there. I will mention. So Narasimha, Trailokyame Tadakhilam Narasimha Garbham. Bhagavan is there everywhere. So Narasimha Avataram, though it happened for a very short period of time. In most entrance examinations, I keep telling, there is one principle called KISS. Keep it short and sweet. This is the principle, KISS. In any examination, entrance exam, people give NEET. They have to re-give NEET. So you have JEE, advanced, so many examinations. In entrance examinations, it's not about the concepts that you know. It is about how well you answer those questions in the given time. So you should know and develop techniques with which you can answer. There is something called answer by rejection method. You should tell this is not the answer, this is not the answer, this is not the answer, so this must be the answer. This is how Nyaya Shastra also says. So it is advised in most examinations how to render. Similarly, in Nisimhavataram, I was not able to cover a lot of the nuances and the niceties given that time. Same is the case with Sundara Kandam as well. Sundara Kandam is an integral part to the Ramayana, which is one of the greatest itihasas that we have received, bequeathed from our Purvacharyas. Ramayana has a multitude of questions that people ask. One of the primary questions is, there are very many questions, one of the primary questions is Uttarakanda a part of the Ramayana or not? Because in the last 50 years, somehow some academic geniuses have created this new rumor that Uttarakanda Valmiki bardilla sir. Pattabhisheka indane agbittide. We are doing a great injustice to our Acharya here. Why? Because besides the Valmiki Ramayana, which is the Moola Ramayana, which is the Mukhya Pramana, Mahabharata mentions Ramayana thrice. When I say mentions, it narrates. So there is one Ramayana which has been narrated within the Mahabharata thrice. That talks about Uttarakanda. That is why Madhvacharya in Madhva Sampradaya, Mahabharata as a grantha holds high value. Not that the other Shankara or Ramanuja Sampradayas treat it less. They treat it with high respect. One, they like it. Second, Madhvacharya has written a work on it called Tatparya Nirnaya. Inside that Mahabharata Tatparya Nirnaya, there is a Ramayana Tatparya Nirnaya. So, Ramayana along with Uttarakandam is a part of the Mahabharata. One. Second thing, the Uttarakanda portion of the Ramayana also features in the Puranas. In Bhagavata Mahapurana, Vishnu Purana, Agni Purana, there is a mention of the Uttarakanda, what all incidents happened. Third, the commentators to the Valmiki Ramayana have commented on the Uttarakanda as well. 3. Number 4, the poets and the playwrights who came after Valmiki, like Bhasa, like Bhavabhuti, like Kalidasa, they all have summarized Uttarakandam as well. There is one independent work of Bhavabhuti called Uttararama Charitram. In Raghuvamsham, Kalidasa clearly speaks of the incidents of the Uttarakanda as well. Let us come to another language. Now all this is in Sanskritam. In Tamil, Alvar's mention of the Uttarakandam portion, Kulashekar Alvar, Midilai Selvi, Ulaguyya, Thiruvayiru Vaitamakkal, Sembavala Thiralvai, Tan Sharirai Ketan, Lavakusha singing Ramayana. So there is a clear mention in the Tamil Granthas as well about the Uttarakandam. Next, without Uttarakandam, it is very tough to understand the incident still, Yuddhakandam. Because there is a direct mention of Ravana in the Ramayana. But who is this Ravana? Who was he born to? Who is his grandfather? Who is his mother? Father is Vishravas, grandfather is Pulastya, mother is Kaikashi. He had one aunt, he had 2 aunts, he had some 14 cousins. All this, why he went to Nivata Kavachas. There, one of the Nivata Kavachas was Vidyujihva, who married Shurpanaka. Ravana killed Vidyujihva and made Shurpanaka a widow. All this is there in Uttarakanda. Bhrigu Maharishi giving a shapam to Rama is mentioned in detail in Uttarakanda, but there is a line mentioned in Balakanda, Kavya Mata Nishudita in Balakandam. The point I am trying to make is, it is very easy to create a rumor that has happened in the last 50 years. Uttarakanda, Valmiki, Bardilla. Why people said that? I did one research. 2 incidents that hurt us a lot in the national media narrative. Garbhavati Sita was abandoned in the forest. As a single mother, she raised her 2 children. How can Maryada Purushottam Ram do this? First, the media has created the narrative. Second, Shambhuka, who had been doing tapasya, he was beheaded. 2 incidents. Now, these 2 incidents, some of us may not have the scholastic ability to answer. What will we do then? First, we will deny Uttarakandam itself. Only if we accept Uttara Kandam, we have to answer these questions. Then we will say Uttara Kandam was a later insertion. Sir, कुछ कहीं ने लिख दिया सर, बीच में घुसा दिया उसको. वाल्मीकि महर्षि नहीं लिखे थे. You know, you just speak 2 lines. Dushyanth ji, आप रामायण में क्या बोलना चाहते हैं? They will ask. I said, I don't know Ramayan. Because it is Rama's Ayanam, not Rama's Ayanam. So, there could be many questions in your minds, in your children's minds, in your grandchildren's minds about Ramayana. Why did Rama kill Vali when there was no direct tussle with him? Why did Rama do Agni Pariksha? Later, why did he send Garbhavati Sita to forest? Why did he kill Shambhuka? Why did Dasharatha do Putra Kameshti and not Putri Kameshti? Why did he desire sons and not daughters? Modi ji says Beti Bachao. Why didn't he raise Beti? Right? Lot of these questions. Trust me, if you want to, there are perfect answers, convincing, logical answers to all these questions. Just that you should not have made up in your mind that whatever answer is given, I will reject. There are answers. But this lecture, which has been ordained for me to speak, is not on answering any of those questions. Why I am telling you this is, every kanda of Ramayana is true. Bala Kandam, Ayodhya Kandam, Aranya Kandam, Kishkindha Kandam, Sundara Kandam, Yuddha Kandam, Uttara Kandam. Only when you accept Uttara Kandam, you will get the 24,000 verses. Then you will have Gayatri Mantra. If you reject Uttara Kanda, it will stop with 18,000. So Uttara Kandam is true. But my topic is not Uttara Kandam. My topic is Sundara Kandam. Why did I speak about Uttara Kandam? See, in Sanskritam, Uttara means what comes later. Purva, Uttara, जो पहले है, जो बाद में है. बाद में आने वाले वस्तु को हम कहते हैं उत्तर में आएगा, बाद में आएगा. But the same bhasha says Uttara also means answer. Prashnottara. That time Uttara means answer. The same Uttara means north. Uttara Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Uttara, there it is north. Prashnottara, Uttara means answer. Purva Uttara means later. So what happened after Rama Pattabhishekam? What happened later? Uttara Kandam. What are the answers to the questions asked till Yuddha Kandam? You need answers. Uttara Kandam. Where did this happen? In the north. Uttara Kandam. So you are getting all 3 meanings. Now, Uttara has 3 meanings. But life has to be beautiful, right? Life is beautiful. There is also a book. Life is beautiful. So life is beautiful. What is for beauty? Sundara. So, if someone asks which kandam you like, you may suggest some canto. But if someone asks which is the most beautiful canto, undoubtedly Sundara Kandam. Beautiful. That is why technically in every marriage that happens in Bharata Desha, whether it be a vivaha that happens in the Tamil Paddhati or Kannada Paddhati or Telugu Paddhati, invariably I have noticed that there is a samskara called Kashi Yatra. Most of us do. Technically we don't go to Kashi. Even this Kalyana Mandapam, I have witnessed marriages here. So they will take 5 steps outside the temple and the son-in-law will come inside. 5 steps outside is Kashi. You know that? That's all. Because the father-in-law has paid the full amount. So you say, you go to Kashi later, Modi ji pura vyavastha karenge. You come inside. So Kashi is the kshetra to which the incoming son-in-law goes. So when he leaves, he has got a long journey to Kashi. He has to cross Karnataka, he has to cross Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, then walk inwards in Uttar Pradesh towards the east. Then only he'll get Kashi. All these are Deccan regions. So plateau regions, dry area. whatever area we are passing through, Badami, Hampi, very dry. It will be very hot. So the son-in-law should not feel the heat. So they will give him a pair of hush puppies. Have you noticed? Then they will give him one umbrella and one hand fan. He can sing a Japanese song and go. One hand fan, one pair of footwear. Besides all this, they will give him one book of Sundara Kandam. In every Kashi Yatra, notice that. They will give one book of Sundara Kandam. Because that Sundara Kandam will come to the house, and later it was believed that he will read one day. In one marriage, when I opened the book, it was Sidney Sheldon. They were pretty sure the boy will never ever read Sundara Kandam. They knew how to dupe people. And they said it is. So Sundara Kanda is the pustaka given to the boy. So I told you one, which is the most beautiful canto of the Ramayana, Sundara Kanda. What is given to the incoming son-in-law when the Kashi Yatra happens? It is Sundara Kandam. Not one house or Paddhati will change the book. If you are a Vaishnava, Sundara Kandam. If you are a Shakta, Sundara Kandam. You are a Shaiva, Sundara Kandam. See, it should change as per needs, right? If one person is reading C++ or Python, then you can say, oh, object-oriented programming language. He is a computer engineering student. If he is a mechanical engineering student, why will you give C++ to him? But whichever theology you belong to, you have to take Sundara Kandam. Why? Because the boy, technically in those days, I'm talking at least 150, 200 years back, when they were not into largely professional courses the way we see it today. The boy was married very young to the young girl. Just after the marriage, the boy had to take a sojourn to Kashi to continue his Vedic education. He has been married. Immediately he leaves to Kashi. As he leaves to Kashi, he is separated temporarily from his newly wed wife. He feels the separation. So the boy, as he walks through with no modes of communication, I have left, just boarded, just landed, collected the baggage, on my way home from the airport. You have to keep sending that last message 4 times. Because in Bangalore, to reach your house from the airport, it will take that long. So all these minute-to-minute communication could never happen to the newly wedded boy. He is separated from his newly wedded wife. He feels the separation. Now, when you suffer, when a human suffers, he loves to listen to another person suffering. Have you noticed that? Right, so if you are caught in traffic, immediately you will write to your friend, where are you? That person will say, I'm reaching this place. How is the traffic? Very bad. Yeah, same here. See, if the other person says, I've safely reached, traffic illa. That's all. That person will be burnt with the envy you have. So when we suffer, we love to see the other person suffer. So this boy is separated from his newly wed wife. He has to read a book where lovers are separated. In the Ramayana, it is only Sundara Kanda where Sita and Rama have never met. They are separated. He is in Bharata Desha, she is in Lanka. International roaming. They are not even on the same land. So the boy is given Sundara Kandam to suggest, my dear ordinary son-in-law, extraordinary Rama himself was separated from Sita, and this is Sundara Kandam. Till you come back from Kashi after Vedic graduation, read this book and derive solace. So Sundara Kanda Pustakam is given in Kashi Yatra. So Sundara Kandam is the most beautiful. It is given to the incoming son-in-law. What does Sundara mean? See, there are 2 definitions. One given as per the Sahitya. ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ ಭಾವದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಅರ್ಥ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಯಾವುದಂದರೆ, ರಾಮಾಯಣಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬ ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯಾನಗಳಿದೆ. ಭಾಷ್ಯ. ಪ್ರಾಚೀನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಚೀನ ಭಾಷ್ಯ ಉಡಾಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಾ? Has someone heard of Udali? Udali is a commentator. How do we know? His commentary is not available, though some of them have some manuscripts now. Till about now, it was not largely available as a publication because it was manuscripts. Manuscripts will not last for more than 300, 400 years. Termites will eat them. That is why Cholas used copper plates. So this manuscript of Udali is one of the earliest commentators to the Ramayana. His mention has been made. He is a Sanskrit commentator of the Ramayana. His mention has been made by Nampillai in Thiruvaimozhi Vyakhyanam. Nyatidasi yatojata is a shlokam about Mantara. That time he says, Udali Kuruvan. He will write, Udali says. So Udali is the earliest commentator. Till now we don't have a proper publication. After that there were many commentators. There is a commentator, very famed one, detailed one called Bhushana, given by a great acharya called Govindaraja. It is called Govindarajiyam or Bhushanam. There is a commentary called Tattvadipika by Maheshwara Tirtha. There is a commentary by Madhava Yogin called Kathaka. There is a commentary called Tilaka by Nagoji Bhatta. There is a commentary called Dharma Kutam by Trayambaka Makhin. These are all commentaries to the Ramayana. Periyavachan Pillai has written an independent work called Tanish Loki. In that, one of the commentaries is Tilaka. At the commencement of this Sundara Kanda, the commentator says why it is called Sundara Kanda. See, first of all, there should be a reason. Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna were born and were merely boys. Sita, Urmila, Mandavi, Shrutakirti were girls. To talk about their childhood period, it is Bala Kandam. Understandable. Bala Kandam. About childhood. What happened in Ayodhya? Mantara came, she brainwashed Kaikeyi, Kaikeyi asked boons, this was conveyed to Rama, Rama left Ayodhya. All this is Ayodhya Kandam. It happened in and around Ayodhya. Later when Rama lived in the forest, whether it was in Madhya Pradesh, some parts of Chhattisgarh or Maharashtra, where he spent his time. The time was spent in the ashrama of Sutikshna, Sharabhanga, Agastya and Valmiki. These were the ashramas that he spent. Whatever happened in the forests becomes Aranya Kandam. So what happened in the childhood is Bala Kandam. What happened in and around Ayodhya is Ayodhya Kandam. What happened while they stayed in the forest? Aranya Kandam. What happened in Kishkindha? Kishkindha Kandam. How terrific was the battle? Yuddha Kandam. Answers to the questions earlier, Uttara Kandam. So but this Kandam alone has an adjective. It is not Bala Kandam. It should have been called Lanka Kandam. It is happening in Lanka, right? But what is it called? Sundara Kandam. Adjective, beautiful. So the commentator says, Sundare Sundari Sita, Sundare Sundari Katha, Sundare Sundari Lanka, Sundare Kimna Sundaram, Sundare Sundari Sita, Akshatam Marute Mukhat, Shrutva Krishtas Tathaivastu, Saramaha Satatam Hridi. The beautiful Sita sent, beautiful Rama, handsome Rama, sent a message to the pretty beautiful Sita, who is housed in the beautiful Lanka in a beautiful way. See, Rama could have sent a message through Hanuman to Sita. Sita, I miss you a lot. I don't know whether destiny will bring us together. Wherever you are, stay happy. This is also a message. This is a beautiful message. எங்கிருந்தாலும் வாழ்க. It's very tough to cross the waters. They are international waters. What if like Strait of Hormuz it is closed? I cannot come. I don't have. Rama could have said, but what did he say? Go tell Sita I'm coming. So the message is beautiful. Who sent this? Rama. Sundara. Sundara Dasharatha Nandana Rama. Tyagaraja says, Lavanya Ramara Kanulara Judare. Handsome Rama, Sundara Rama, sends a Sundara message to how is Sita? Sundari. Pahi Jaga Janani. Very pretty. So Sundara Rama sends a Sundara message to Sundari Sita. Where is she? Silk Boat Junction, sir. It is not Sundara, no, Lanka. Lanka is Sundara. Even now it is very beautiful. Who carries the message? Sundara. Here is the catch. Hanuman's original name was not Hanuman. Hanu is this. See, this left jaw that you see, this cheek and jaw is called Hanu. Tadayet. He had one fracture caused by a blow. I am not getting into Hanuman's childhood. That comes later. For now, he had a crack here. In our Indian Bharatiya Sampradaya, it is a norm. Today we call it body shaming. You tell anything, that's all you'll be caught. But it was normal in most families to call, Vattakai konangiya, Rettapinnal Kamalava. So we generally give names. He had a fracture in the Hanu. The one with the fractured Hanu was called Hanuman. But that Hanu fracture came later. Before Hanu, the name Hanuman had come to him, there must have been some other name. Anjaneya Swami ಅವರು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವೇ ರಾಗಿ ಗುಡ್ಡ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆನೂ ಅವೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಮಹಾಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಲೇಔಟು See, even assume that I was the son of Anjana for a minute. She had another son, she had one. Later she had the second, I was the son. Even I would be technically called Anjaneya. Anjana putraha Anjaneya. It is not a name. Drupada Kanya is Draupadi. Daksha Putri is Dakshayani. Whoever was the daughter will get the name Dakshayani. So Anjaneya is not a registered name. Hanuman is a later name. Maruti had the ability. What is his name, sir? Sundara. He is K. Sundar. Father is Kesari. So in his birth certificate, Hampi Maternity Hospital, Anjanadri Maternity Hospital, if you go see K. Sundar, Moolam Nakshatra, it is there. It is K. Sundar, Sundara. Yen sir, auru koti sir, Vanara sir. Yen Sundara. First of all, beauty is always in the eyes of the onlooker. In Tamil, there is a saying, Kakkaikum tan kunju pon kunju. For every mother, her son or daughter is Miss Universe, Mr. World. Yen Salman Khan, yen sir. Nan magan na nodi. Keshadi pada nodi. For every parent, their daughter is pretty. Every parent's son is handsome. For Anjana Devi, he is Sundara. Who are we to question? One. Really, Hanuman is Sundara. The way he stands, you never see him drooping. Sir, tumba weak agidare sir. Vitamin D ella. The way he stands, the way you carry yourself, he is Sundara. So, Sundara Rama sent a Sundara message to Sundari Sita, housed in Sundara Lanka through Sundara Hanuman. So, it is called Sundara Kandam. One. Second, in Jyotishya Shastra, one meaning is given which Govindaraja suggests, which most other sub-commentators, later commentators agree. Nashtadravyo hi labhasya. Nashtadravyaha. Dravyaha is some form of wealth. Nashtadravyo hi labhasya. Somebody very priceless in your life. Invaluable. Some entity, a human being or an object. Sir, Manushyannu Vastunu compare madboda. First of all, isn't it wrong? Possession is different from a human being. You are saying invaluable person or invaluable property. Human is more important than an object. Everybody will come to fight with me. ಹಂಗೆ ಹೇಳಬಾರ್ದು ಸರ್, ನೀವು ಆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ವ, ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಹರ್ಟ್ ಆಯಿತು. What you should do to that person who says, take away his cell phone, that person will die. He said, right, human is more important than cell. When the cell goes away, why is the person getting an attack? Because our Atma is inside it. See, given a choice between one family member and a cell phone, we will all choose cell phone. Just think about it. Be very practical. So it doesn't matter whether the person is invaluable or the object is invaluable. If you lose that, and you have lost all hope that the thing will come back to you. In 2010, for 5,500 rupees, I got a double SIM mobile. It was a Videocon mobile. Double SIM mobile, 5,500 was, now you have to reverse calculate the CAGR and inflation and see. It is very valuable. The day I got it, I lost it. In Mumbai. Mumbai, generally people are very honest, honestly. But some person, he took away my cell. I was so restless. In 2017, many years later, at least 3/4 a decade later, I saw the same phone with one person and he agreed that he had stolen and gave it back to me. Just for example, I'm telling, he didn't give back. Imagine the person gives it back to me. I have lost all hope. Ashte, phone hoitandre hoitu. Some of them will say, why do you have to, get so attached to the cell phone? Just leave it. Imagine I had taken all their advice and suggestions and their therapy sessions seriously. I have forgotten about the cell. 7 years later, the same cell phone I get. That will give me more joy than a new object that I buy today, that day. Nashtadravyaha, that dravya which you treated invaluable, which is lost, nashtaha, nashtadravyohi, labhasya. If at all you get it back, that joy that you enjoy and experience by getting an invaluable person or an object which you had lost hope of, that joy is called Sundara in Jyotishya Shastra. Rama had lost all hope that he will see Sita. When Hanuman came back and said, I have seen Sita, that moment Rama felt Sundara. Nashtadravyo hi labhasya, says Jyotishya Shastra. So 2 reasons, one for beauty, second for the joy that you get upon receiving something that you had no hope of receiving. So Sundara Kanda is that. So we have briefly discussed Ramayana, second Sundara Kanda, the importance of the word Sundara, and I have also given a disclaimer. In Tamil it is called Poruppu Turappu. Disclaimer means, first you tell, I am not going to go into the past of Hanuman. In many lectures I have done. See, Sundara Kandam, just for your kind information, on the other side of the city, near Domlur, there is a Suryanarayana Swami Devasthana. In the month of July 23, 24, 25, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I will tell you so clear. You heard me? Even then people will come and ask me again. I don't know whether to improve my voice or July. Now after this they'll say, which year, sir? Okay, 2026, Bharatavarshe, Bharatakande, Meroho Dakshine Parshve. Right? Then they'll ask, which Domlur? I said, near Karachi. So in Domlur, Suryanarayana Swami Devasthana, July 23, 24, 25, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 days, 5 to 7 p.m, Sundara Kandam, 3 days in Tamil. Oh, yes, sir. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಬಾರ್ದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿ ನೀವು ಜನಿಸಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ರುಚಿ ಇಲ್ವೇ? ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಕನ್ನಡನೇ. See, instead of fighting and being jingoistic over language, learn another language. I'm going to tell in Tamil, right? Learn Tamil. Next time I'll do in Kannada. See, give and take should always be there in bhakti. When you learn Kannada, Dasar Padas you will know. Kumara Valmiki, Kumara Vyasas, Vachanas you will know. When you learn Tamil, Nalayara Divya Prabandham is in your hands. Learn. So that day, 3 days I will explain. 6 hours. But here, 2 hours has been given to explain the entire Sundara Kanda of 2500 shlokas, 68 sargas. Humanly, at least to me, impossible. And 45 minutes have gone. First, this is like Durandar. Even Hamza is not even introduced. Right. First 45 minutes have gone.
Parama Bhagavata Mauni Varasa Shivi Bhakara Sanandana Disha Surakim Purusha Kanaka Kashipu Suta Narada Tumburu Pavana Sunu Bala Chandra Dhara Shuka Saroja Bhava Bhusura Varulu Parama Pavanulu Ghanulu Shashvatulu Kamala Bhava Sukhamu Sadanu Bhavulu Gakayendaro Mahanu Bhavulu. As I'm speaking these divine lines of Sri Tyagaraja Swami, I've received the very divine Onavil of Thiruvananthapuram. This is going to be a grand, a mega Natya production titled Endaro Mahanubhavalu, a festoon of the devout. We have chosen the inspiring events from the lives of 14 Acharyas, Mahans, who have trod Bharata Bhumi. Doddacharya, Adishankaracharya, Vedanta Deshika, Muthuswami Dikshita, Potana, Jayadeva, Andal, Mirabai, Kamban, Tirumalizai Piran, Bhadrachala, Ramadasu, Goswami, Tulasidasa, Purandaradasa and Tukara. We have strung it together into a beautiful dance production that is primarily Bharatanatyam based with movements of Odissi, Ghumar and Mohiniyattam, which is going to be multilingual as well with lines chosen from Sanskritam, Marathi, Brajbhasha, Rajasthani, Telugu, Kannada, Tamil, so many languages put together. I've had the opportunity to work with dancers, Natya gurus of great repertoire in the last 15 years. This is an opportunity for me to have curated the production, to have done the storyboard and narrate the production in English. The choreography is by the very famous, revered Kalaimamani Srimati Anita Guha. The music is by the great-grandson of Subramanya Bharati, a Sangeet Natak Academy awardee, Dr. Rajkumar Bharati. And the soundscape design is by Sri Sai Shravanam, one of the contributing engineers to the award-winning Life of Pi movie. We have all come together to present this grand production Endaro Mahanubhavalu in your city. On the 26th and on the 27th of September at the Prestige Center of Performing Arts in Bengaluru, we are presenting this production. On the 3rd and the 4th of October, we are doing it at the Naradagana Sabha in Chennai. On the 1st of November, we are doing it at the Fine Arts Society Chembur in Mumbai. And on the 29th of November at Kamani Auditorium in Delhi. Tickets are flying off the shelves. Please be present, buy your tickets and be with your family to watch this, I would say, once in a lifetime event. We are extremely thankful to the title sponsor, to the event sponsor, to the associate sponsors, and to those hands who have supported us. To the all of you, thank you. To the all of you, Vandanamulu, please be present. Namaskar.
Now, I've told you Sundara Kandam. How does the context begin? Towards the end of Kishkindha Kandam, Sampati Vakya. Sampati is one of the vulture brothers to Jatayu. Through his son Suparshva and a Maharishi there, they got to know that some lady has been crying in Lanka. When the Vanaras were clueless, kis direction mein jana hai, whether to go to Lanka or Andaman or Maldives or Mauritius or Seychelles, clearly it has been said in the south. But Lanka is not to the south. It is to the southeast. I will come back to the southeast. You have to remind me. Will you remind me? Are you planning to be there till the end of the lecture? You have to tell me later towards the end. I'll stand up on the bench. Later you have to tell me southeast. I will tell you what is the importance of that. It is to the south, we say. But technically when you look at the map, it is southeast. That said, Hanuman It's been quiet. See, Hanuman had a sharpam. Again, why that sharpam? I've already explained in other lectures. You have to listen. Here he had a sharpam that until and unless somebody reminded him of his powers, he wouldn't know of his powers. He always needed a Red Bull. Somebody, Jambavan should tell, Tum kar sakte ho, tum mein shakti hai. Hanuman, boost is the secret of my energy, our energy. Then he'll feel lot energetic. Then Jambavan and others said, Hanuman, this lady whom this vulture is mentioning must be Sita. Because the vulture did not say this is Sita. He said some lady is crying. Some lady could have been crying, right? Instead of Sita, Geeta Mami could be crying. This is a gut. See, in certain places in your life, you have to go by gut feeling. You cannot say, first nunge ಒಂದು research paper ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡಿ sir. ನೋಡೋಣ ಆಮೇಲೆ we will. See, in 2019, I finished my lecture series in Ramnagar in Coimbatore. My host came and dropped me at the station. They said, we will come till the platform. They came. The train came and they put me inside the train. Later, when I went to the berth where I was to go and sleep, I found somebody else sleeping. I said, Uttishto Tishta Govinda. Swami, who are you? Are you Dushyanth? He said, he told some other name. I said, this is my seat. Then he showed his ticket, same seat. They were like, I said, how can the system allocate like this? Is a great. But I had got into the wrong train. Because my gut feeling said this is the right train. So for us, gut feeling will work wrongly. But for Hanuman, it was the right gut feeling. He said, this must be Sita. But when the Vanaras were clueless, that is when Jambavan said, Hanuman, you are the only one who has the ability to go there, meet and come. Then they motivated Hanuman and Hanuman left. How Hanuman left is beautifully described in Sundara Kandam. He propelled like a rocket, they say. See, these are all some places where there could be some questions, logical questions. Even if he was not a human, a Vanara, some other entity, not essentially Homo sapiens, some other, the genus could be different, the species could be different, the phylum could be different, whatever. But to say that a person could fly, many of your children will have a problem there. Ella okay, fly, fly ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Because everything is going in a humane way. Rama, a human, is married to Sita. Another person comes and kidnaps her. It is a typical Bihar story. So one person comes, that's all. What is supernatural? Suddenly we introduce Hanuman and we say, Zzz, Anjaneya Airlines. So this is where when you look at the Ramayana Sundara Kanda shlokas, it also seems, when you read the shlokas in one way, clearly it will say he flew. But when you do a slow research of the shlokas, the movement of his hands also suggests he could have swam the waters. Because in the flying mode, you keep your hand like this. This is how you propel, because there has to be an effect, tunneling effect. You have to push the air. But here, Valmiki says he pushed one hand backwards. You never do that while flying. So that is an act of swimming. Now, whether he flew or swam, the point is he went from Bharata to Lanka. That is important. So Hanuman left. How he left, told you. Second, a few of the insights that I give you will be available in my book. Second volume of my book will come around September. During the dance program, we will release it, Ramayana Volume 2. There I have added some insights. The mountain on which Hanuman was standing, Valmiki says it is Mahendragiri. This Mahendragiri must have been very much south of Kanyakumari, not before Kanyakumari, very much south. And in my opinion, it must have been a volcano. Because if you look at the shlokas of Valmiki, he says there were streaks of gold and silver. And there was yellow fire and smoke coming. Sulfur springs usually come only on volcano. So from there he took over, and it must have also, a lot of things will come in my book, I will not reveal it, you will see. Hanuman left. Now he comes across 3 impediments. Very quickly I'll tell you. First impediment is a parvata called Mainaka. This Mainaka, as per Ramayana, spoke. Mountain spoke. Again, there will be a problem. Heng sir parvata matadatte. One, we could believe that there was some person on the hill sitting who spoke, or Hanuman could decipher the mountain language. See, nature always conveys to us. When nature conveys, we do not know the language of the nature. Dogs know it. That is why before tsunami, they will vacate the place. Fishes know where to hide. During tsunami, mostly humans only die because we are not able to decipher nature's language. So probably the mountain conveyed. What did the mountain say? See, once upon a time, mountains had wings. Did you know that? Ittu sir, nanu nodidini sir. Nane eradu moonu nodidini. See, mountains had wings. This is there in the Vedas. And whenever the mountains wanted some transit, they will come and they'll come and stop. And the entire apartment complex will be destroyed. They all complain to Brahma, ye kya hai sir, aapke srishti mein? Bahut freedom diye hai in mountains ko. Then Brahma conveyed to Indra, Indra kuch kar, Indra tum kuch karo. Indra was on bench that time. No project in hand. Immediately he went, clipped the wings of all the mountains. One mountain which had wings, who knew about Indra's new mission, was afraid and wanted to escape Indra's wrath. So it went and sought Vayu's help, Hanuman's father's help, who hid that mountain within the waters. That mountain was Mainaka. So Mainaka said, I am indebted to your father Vayu, so I will serve you. There is a resort, 3 days, 2 nights, 999 only, stay and go. Yojananam shatam chapi kapiresham khamapplutah tavasa nushu vishrantaha sesham prakramata miti tatakruddha sahasrakshaha parvatanam shatakratuhu paksham chichcheda vajrena tata shatasahasrashaha. Said, stay and go. Hanuman is already on a mission. New country, unknown lady. He is going. He immediately said, Mainaka, I am very busy. I am on a mission. But you have invited me. So I will embrace you. And he left. Second, he comes across a Nagamata called Surasa, technically a snake. The snake wants to eat Hanuman. Hanuman said, people who eat flesh, they will eat of superior animals. Monkey flesh is not tasty. Nim gotta sir, nan gottilla, he says. Monkey flesh is not tasty. Adala poricha kootala onnum panna mudiyadhu. Why do you want to eat me? Mainaka said, Surasa said, for a few years I was in Wuhan, China. So I am used to eating monkeys. So don't question me, Hanuman, I will eat you. What should I do? Asked Hanuman. Get inside my mouth. Hanuman got in and came out. Surasa said, I asked you to get in, right? You said get in, but you never said don't get out. You should have told instructions clearly, right? So Hanuman came. That is when this Surasa said, I was actually sent to test your intellect. You are very intelligent. Vayuputraha sa buddhiman. Congratulations, all the best, and she left. Third came a Chayagrahi. It is like the eddies. You know, technically seafarers have always feared a triangle called Bermuda Triangle. It is believed that it sucks whatever comes in. So there must have been some eddy like that called Simhika. Hanuman was able to beat that force. He came. Then he reached Lanka. So I have conveyed roughly about 200 shlokas of the first sarga here. That's all conveyed. Now, what is the message? 20-30 years back, the concept of a startup was unknown. Earlier, it was only government job. Then, with the 1991 liberalization carried out, some amount of private jobs came in that lasted for a very long time. So, government jobs, private jobs. Now, startup came. Startup is where, the boy or the girl has an idea. They feel the idea can be transitioned or transformed into a service or a product, and it will work well in the market. Even if they don't have a proper setup, 3 or 4 friends will come together. One is CEO, second is CFO, third is CTO, fourth is COO. Who are the subordinates? They are the subordinates. They will have a startup. Now, when such children with a very good mission and project in their minds come to their parents and say, I'm planning to leave my job, first the parents will have an attack. ಯಾಕೋ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಕಣೋ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬೋನಸ್ಸು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾಕೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಪ್ ಅಂತ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? So when the obstacle comes from love, you have to handle it with love. You have to say, don't worry, ನನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಒಬ್ಬನಿದ್ದಾನಲ್ವಾ, ಅವನು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಅವನೇ ಇವಾಗ ಸ್ವಿಗ್ಗಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನರಿಗೆ ಅವನು ಅನ್ನದಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. So what started small, mummy, has become so big. ನೀನು ಸ್ವಿಗ್ಗಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಿಂತೀಯ ಅಲ್ವೇ, you know the value. So the son or the daughter has to convince the parents when the impediments come out of love, with love. The first impediment was Mainaka, the Parvata, which said, stay here. Hanuman embraced it and said, I will come later. Second was an impediment sent by the Devas, called as Nagamata Surasa. Hanuman used intelligence. There will be many challenges in your life where you will have to think, there is a line in English, out of the box. So first we have to agree we are inside the box. Then only you can think outside. So that is the second impediment. Third is Simhika, which is a true form of an impediment. That time you have to believe in Bhagavan, like how Hanuman held and recited the name of Rama. Rama Nama Mane Varakhadgami Virajillu Naya Tyagaraju Nike Banturiti Kolu Viyavaya Rama Banturiti Kolu Viyavaya Rama. He took the name. So 3 impediments: out of love, out of devas, out of real intent. You have to win through love with your intellect and with Bhagavad Bhakti. 3 impediments Hanuman crossed. He reached Lanka. When did he reach? He started in the morning. He reached in the evening, about 5:30. ಏನು ಸರ್ ಟೈಮೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? Because here it is said the sun had not set. Sir, sun is not set can also be 12 noon, right? ಏನು ತರ್ಕ ಇದು? Because you will use the word sun has not set only when it is about to set. That is Tarkashastra. You will not use it at 12 noon. The sun has not set. You will use it only at 5:30, 5:45. See, you have to deploy Tarkashastra when you read Ramayana. In English we say, sir, he fell down. In English it is wrong. Why? எனக்கு தெரியாது சார், சும்மா உட்காந்துண்டா இங்கே ஏதாவது கேள்வி கேட்க வேண்டும். I thought I will listen to you. You are simply asking questions. Very bad, sir. What is wrong in this sentence? You can never fall up. In English you should only say I fell down. Is there any other option? ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ನಾನು ಆವತ್ತು fell up, sir. So in Bhasha Jnanam you should not use redundant words. என் பிள்ளை 2 கண்ணாலையும் படிச்சான், நான் மூக்கால படிக்கிறேன். You should never use such words. So Hanuman reached Lanka 5:30. So he knew that there was light. He knew he will be caught. He doesn't have a passport, no visa. Slowly he conditioned himself to the size of a cat, not form of a cat, size. Slowly he went into Lanka, well guarded by waters all around, with forests in the second layer. Third are the mountains. Alvar calls it Mummadil Ilangai. Madil means fortress. Mummadil, 3 layers of fortress. See, we have, right, whenever you get into most of these Gmail, Yahoo, it will ask you one security question. It will send you one OTP. These are all layers of security. So Hanuman had 3 layers. One, the waters he has crossed. Second, forests he has crossed. Third, hills he has crossed. But he is still in that form. Slowly he takes the form of a cat, size of a cat, so that he misses people's attention. Around that time, 7:38, the sun has set. I am giving you one rough timings. While he is standing there trying to enter the fortress, suddenly comes one, Trishula. The person bends. Hello, sir. Kaun ho tum? I Bhavan. In Sri Lanka, they say I Bhavan in Singalam, Sinhalese. I Bhavan. Who are you? He said, I am an Indian. Yes, for you, visa is there. But show me your passport. Hanuman said, see, earlier I could have got it in Bengal. Now that has also changed. I could not get my documents. Yell ಮಾಡ್ಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು documents. ನಾನು SIR ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ Hanuman has no document. Undocumented. Trump will, I don't know how Trump will manage. So, I don't have documents, madam. Why did you enter? All this is there. See, whatever I'm trying to tell you could be modernized. But the shloka is there. He says, Vanaphalani, I have come to see your forest because there was an article called Visit Sri Lanka. Tourism, tumba channagirutte. She said, you are misbehaving, and she gave him a knock. Hanuman never liked Gandhi. You know? Gandhi said, if someone slaps, show your other chin. Hanuman said, ye kya hai, sir? She is giving me a knock. In Tamil it is called kuttu. Kuttu for kuttu became tit for. See? He gave her one knock. You know, when you talk to some children and you tell them, you're misbehaving, they are very smart. They'll say, same to you. Have you noticed? Some children are very smart. They don't take comments lightly these days. You may be telling, Nanu nan tande atra hengidde gutta. That is your mistake. They give it back. Now Hanuman gave her one knock. What should have happened? Later this lady should have again reciprocated. She didn't do. She said, with your knock, I have now managed to remember what I was once told. She has forgotten. Like that fridge. You open the fridge and... So, Hanuman asks, what have you forgotten? எத்தனை காலம் காப்பல் யான் இந்த மூதூர் என்று அம்முத்தனை வினவினேற்கு முரண்வலி குரங்கு ஒன்று உன்னை கைத்தலம் அதனால் தீண்டில் கழிவது அன்று என்னையும் காண்டி சித்திர நகரம் அதன் பின் சிதைவது தின்னம், says Kamban. She says, once I was deployed in a very different region. Because of my bad demeanor, I was cursed to be the immigration officer of Lanka. I asked Brahma, Brahma ji, मुझे बताइए मैं वापस कब आ सकती हूँ? That is when Brahma said, one extraordinary Vanara will come and give you a knock. Take that as your last notice period. You can come back. Hello, Mr. Vanar. Thank you. I am leaving now. Sri Lanka's immigration desk was without him officer. And she left. Now, Hanuman doesn't know. See, imagine Hanuman's position. You are given a project. Imagine whichever you are in a boutique consulting firm, big 4, big 3. You are into programming, whatever. You have a client-facing role. The client has to give you a project. First, they have to give you a requirements document. What they expect from you. What is the project about? What is the timeline? When should you give the first draft? They should give you clarity. Rama is the client to Hanuman. He has given him no clarity. Go meet Sita. Hanuman is from a boys-only school. First of all, he doesn't have even one girl on his social media. Who is Sita? And he has seen women, but not of the Nara community, of Vanara community. Tara, Ruma, Anjana. He has seen only women there. He has not seen Sita from Nepal. Otherwise, what Rama should have done, like Chitralekha of Bhagavatam, he should have drawn a beautiful painting on the cave of Kishkinda and said, Hanuman, look at her. This is Sita. He doesn't have profile photo. He doesn't know how Sita will look. He has not gone to a girls' school. And in the unknown territory of Lanka, in the middle of the night, he has to go and search. What a project. It has no head, it has no tail. But Hanuman took it upon himself. That is talent. You take that as a challenge. Now he doesn't know who Sita is, where Sita is. Because Ravana will not give. If you would like to see Sita, go to the chamber number 43. There is a presidential suite there. Nothing. He doesn't know where Sita. Now it is around 8:30. I am telling you the time. Because that time Valmiki mentions, I was telling this in the 64 Arts in JP Nagar lecture. One full sarga is dedicated to Chandra, moon. A poet should not waste such time on Chandra. Well, generally they will talk about the moon. Most poets love moon more than the sun. Because for Shringara, moon is only helpful. Niladeva, Suryaneva na padva. For love you need Chandra. In together, Nila malarnda iravinil tendral ulavidum nadiyil Nila nirattu balagan oruvan kuzhal oothi nindran Kalamellam avan காதலை எண்ணி உருகுமோ என் உள்ளம் காற்றினிலே வரும் கீதம். So, in the middle of the night when lovers meet, there has to be a moon, even on Amavasya Ratri. Even if they are met, there has to be an imaginary moon. Attan, ange vaanathil nilavai paarungal attan. Maranalane mangayin bhagyam. No. If there is no moon, then also there is a problem. See, if the lover is not there, they will abuse the moon. Nindati chandanam indu kiranamanu vindati khedam adhiram vyala nilaya milane nagaralamiva kalayati malaya samiram Savirahe tavadina. When they are separated also, moon should cause them pain. Moon is extremely important, Hanu. But Valmiki dedicates on full sarga for the moon. I wondered why. It will come in my book. Because Valmiki doesn't say, open his mouth and say it is eclipse. But all his shlokas clearly point out that it is an eclipse. Hanuman saw that the moon appeared like the horns of a bull, like this. Valmiki says, Hanuman saw the moon that appeared like snow-clad two peaks. Valmiki says, Hanuman saw the moon like the tusks of an elephant. See, tusks of an elephant are white. Center part is black. Only when it is a partial lunar eclipse, you will see that. That is poetry. You should not tell it clearly. Sir, haven't you brought your husband? You should not accuse. Avaru madri. You should always convey a thought indirectly. Albeit the person opposite you should have the ability to understand. Valmiki says it is like a Chandra Grahanam. But Grahana, remember, whenever lunar eclipse comes, it will last for a longer time than solar eclipse. Solar eclipse will be only for a few minutes or seconds. Chandra Grahana will last longer. So after about 2 to 3 hours, again Valmiki says the moon was visible clearly. Now Hanuman tries searching. Now he is waiting for people to sleep. Why, sir? Because in a good city, people will sleep at the night. We say, sir, you come to our city, sir, busy irate. That means there is some problem in the city. Why are people not sleeping? So everybody was sleeping. How do I say everybody? Kamban, the Tamil poet says, Nitta niyama todil mudittu neduvanattu uttamar uranginar yogigal tuyindrar mattamadavem kaliru urangiyadu. Even the yogis slept. Nitta niyama todil mudittu neduvanattu uttamar uranginargal. Good people slept. You were all there. You all slept. Uttamar, good people. Yogigal tuyindrar. After working with the JCB during the day, yogis also slept. Yogigal tuyindrar. Matta madavem kaliru urangiyadu. Even the royal elephant slept. Yes, sir. He could have just said everybody slept. See, if someone asks you, oh, you had lunch? Yes. What did you eat? Everything. Nobody will like this answer. Sambar rice, rasam rice, curd rice, sweet, one savory. The other person will say, that is why there is food shortage. Ishtu tindidre. So everybody wants detailing. The yogis slept, the elephant slept. There is not what Kamban's poetry lasts like its epitome. He says, Uranga pittanum uranginan. Even the person who is mentally retarded slept. He also had peace. Oliver Goldsmith, about 170 years back, says, how was London in the middle of the night? He says, the man who used to pour the wine in the glass slept. The man who was repairing the Big Ben slept. Everybody in London slept, but the retarded. In London, the retarded didn't get peace, he didn't sleep. But Kamban says in Lanka, Pittanum Uranginan. Lanka was better than London. So Hanuman saw everybody sleep. Now Hanuman imagines, how will Sita be? Will Sita be enjoying? Hello everybody. Very happy to meet you. How will she be? Avyakta rekham iva chandra rekham pramsuf pradugdham iva hema rekham kshata prarudham iva varna rekham vayuh pragubhram iva megha rekham. She will be like fine dust that has covered glistening gold. Why? Is this the way you describe? Eppadi irka mami? Thusi padinja maari irka. Fine dust on gold. Why? Because if Sita had really missed Rama and disliked Ravana and Lanka, she would have not bathed for 10 months. She was abducted in the end of 13th year and the start of 14th year. It was around before Chitra month. Chitra nakshatram. Chitra month is the Chaitra, Vaishakha. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳುವಾಗನೂ ಹಾಗೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಚೈತ್ರ. ಸೊ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಚೈತ್ರ, ಅರೌಂಡ್ ದ 13th 14th interlude, she was abducted. She is for 10 months in Lanka. Last 2 months only she gives time, but there is an Adhika Masa in that Varsham. You know, this year has Adhika Masa. So you will have one extra month, because when you go by the lunar calendar, you will have a shortage of a few days every year. So every 2 year, 4-5 months, once you will have one Adhika Masa. So Sita for 10 months did not bathe. When you do not bathe, you will have dirt. So she is gold, but she appears like dust on the gold because she would have not bathed. Look at Hanuman's thought. So he has to search for her. He goes and searches in Pushpaka Vimana. That was again this is a big problem. Sir, Pushpaka Vimana andre adenu Boeinga sir. Airliner, Dreamliner, yaudu sir. Suddenly some Mahagnani in our WhatsApp will say, Vaimanika Shastra is a Shastra that Bharadwaja wrote about flights. I have inquired fully about that. That Vaimanika Shastra is come in the last 100 years. It does not have any reference to Vimanas then. Hangadre Vimana, can it fly? See, this is another problem. If you slowly follow science, it is another problem. When something is open, it can never fly. It has to be closed. That is why birds have a hollow in them. Paravayai kandan vimanam padaitan. Paravai is closed. That is why vimanam is closed. That is why if some person opens the emergency window, that's why you will be worried. It has to be closed. And Pushpaka Vimana has clear references that it was driven by mules. They look like donkeys. So they were pulling the chariot. Clearly there is a mention. Very many places Pushpaka is called Ratham. If you go to Hazara Rama temple in Hampi, that Pushpaka that they have sculpted in stone will have wheels. So there are high chances it could have been a chariot. Illa sir, melinda kelagade. When you go in a chariot also, from the top you look at the person below. There is another reason that if it had been so high, when Sita shouted, the Vanaras could have not heard. Ask some person from 10th floor to call your name, you can never hear. So it could have been a chariot, whichever, whether it was flying vehicle or chariot that was parked in a place, parking lot. Lanka had parking facility. For us, we suffer in Bengaluru. Where and all you would have left your cars and come now. Ishvaro Rakshatu. Now, in that he checked there was no Sita. He then thought she could be in Ravana's Antapura. Now he goes into Ravana's Antapura. It is around midnight, 12 o'clock. Inside the Antapura, he sees a large bed. Sheep skin. This is there in the Ramayana. Go check. Ashoka flowers. Now, which month he is going? From Chaitra, 10th month. That is not spring. Then how are flowers there? You should ask. If you don't ask, I will ask. There should be a logical question, right? Because in certain latitudes and longitudes, early spring comes. So Ashoka flowers were laid. Ravana was sleeping. How did Hanuman know it was Ravana? Was it written? V Ravan. Vishrava's son. Main hi hu Ravan. See, when we go in a flight, air hostess will have the name B Veena. So we'll say Veena. Veena, yes sir. Can you please bring me some water? She'll say, sure sir. And even before the flight lands, she will not bring. You'll be dying. Sure sir. Let the flight land, I'll bring you. So the name will be written. We will never forget Veena. Is it written Ravana there? No. That is where Hanuman's intelligence works. We would have been confused. Sir, yarantane gottagta illa sir. Kappidare yaru gottilla. Hanuman says on his chest there were scars of the tusks of Airavata which is pierced. So it must be Ravana. He's a Sherlock Holmes. Forensic person. He is able to tell with the cut on the chest that this must have been caused by the tusks of Airavata. That is intelligence. Vayuputraha sa buddhiman. See, we too are intelligent. We are also intelligent, but not at that moment. Later we will feel, hang helbekagittu, itu bitu and all will say. Intelligence is at that moment what you do. After the exam you'll say, Ayo, I knew it. Not during the exam. Later you will get all enlightenment. During the exam you should get. So Hanuman knew this is Ravana. See, if it had been 10 heads, he would have never had this doubt. 10 heads would have been, oh, Dashanana, 1, 2, yeah, 10. That means if he has deciphered only from the scars, then there are high chances that the heads could be allegorical in nature. Ravana had multiple people in him. See, when you see some people around you who talk to you in one manner and talk to another person in another manner, you'll be wondering, Nannatra channa, how natra hinge? You see a multi-personality, right? Ravana was like that. One, he will learn Vedas, Samaganam. He will play Veena. Second, he will kidnap one lady. You are studying Vedas, Satyam Vada, Dharmanchara. You have read Dharmanchara. Okay, get ready. We have to go to kidnap. Multiple personalities. So he looked like a person with 10 different heads. Darpodagra, Dashendriyanana Manaha. You can never understand such people. So then he saw one lady. Pretty pretty she was. There is one Abharan here. You know? Abharana, Abhushana. She was wearing all Abharan. Very well dressed. Some batik of Lanka with soft silk border. Hanuman concluded, hey, Sita hai. He immediately kissed his tail. Aspotayamasa chuchumba pucham. They were sleeping. He did not want to show his excitement. Nananda chikrida without causing. Jagau jagama. He went atop the pillar, came down. Stambana roham nipapada bhumau. Without any noise he enjoyed. Then he realized, will Ramapatni be happily sleeping next to Ravana? Yeah. What a mistake I have made. He hid. Nidarshayam swam prakritim kapinam. Valmiki says, at the end of the day, even Hanuman proved that he is a Vanara. Nidarshayam swam prakritim kapinam. Then Hanuman does course correction. This is where we need to correct. See, halfway through, if we realize this is a mistake we are doing, we have to immediately correct. Narnia change ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. I don't think so. Hanuman didn't think that way. He said, no, this could not be Sita. He carefully thought, who could this lady be? Some lady. Now he should not worry about what is the identity of this lady. This is not Sita. That is his only motto. Now where will I go and search? Then he went to Ravana's kitchen. It was written Ravana's kitchen. He went inside. Large barrels were cooked. Hanuman opened and saw, because Sita could be hidden. See, villains, whenever they keep the heroines, they will keep her in one garage, one under construction building facility, inside the kitchen next to the cylinder. So Hanuman opened the barrel. What did he see? Mriganam mahishanam cha. Buffalo meat. It was sliced very well, barbecued. Varahanam cha bhagashaha. Pig, boar meat. Tatranyastani mamsani. Next to it, panabhumau varuni, liquor. What did they make from? Fermented honey. Have you heard of fermented honey wine? ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ತುಂಬ ಸಾತ್ವಿಕರು ಸರ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ನಾವು ಸನ್ಯಾಸಾಶ್ರಮದ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ. See, all this comes in the Ramayana. See, our rishis are very frank. They will tell you what they will never ever hide or cover. That is proper journalism. You present as is. Now all these Vanaras later will go to Madhuvanam. They will have good madhu, fermented honey. It is called mead. In the Balakandam, you will have fermented rice, molasses and dates liquor presented in Vasishthashrama to Kaushika Raja. Read. So here he says, Panabhumau. He saw all these liquors. Raukmeshu. Now this man liked even peacock meat. Mayuranam cha kukkutan. All this was, a KFC was there. Okay. Kukkutans tatha. Now Hanuman checked, there were some meat. See, if you read the Ramayana, detailing, nobody can detail like Valmiki. Sauvarchalam is kala namak. So that was used to preserve the meat. So Hanuman saw all this, he didn't find Sita. Did Hanuman eat, sir? He is me. Curd rice. Stomach upset. So Hanuman is not able to find Sita. He has seen every other lady. He says, now I have to commit suicide. See, there are 2 suicide attempts in Sundara Kandam. One by Hanuman, second by Sita. Sir, aur kudana. Suicide attempt. He said, see, if I go tell Rama, I was not able to see Sita, Rama will die. If Rama dies, Lakshmana will die. If they too die, Sugriva will die. If these people die, Vanaras will die. Hearing them die, all the mothers and brothers in Ayodhya will die. So one news of me saying I was not able to spot Sita will cause invariably so many deaths. That is when Hanuman said, let me think. My death is not going to help others. Me telling I didn't find Sita is not going to help others. Let me research. First he searched. Then he said, I will research. Then he started searching. Where did he go? He went place after place. Then finally he said, when I left Bharata Desha, I paid my obeisances to my Acharya Surya. Because Surya Sishya is Hanumanta. I paid my obeisances, pranamas to my father Kesari and my mother Anjana. I paid my obeisances to Rama. But I didn't pay my obeisances to Sita. Yasyasa janakatmaja namastatasi janakatmajaye. Namostu tasmye janakatmajaye. Hey Sita Mata, please help me Mata, I am clueless. Wherever you are, you show yourself. As he prayed, he saw one place which he had not searched. He knew. He ಜಾಗ ನಾನು ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ. He went tree after tree, tree after tree, top to top to top to top, and reached that place. It was written outside, "Welcome to Ashokavana." He went tree after tree. He saw a large tree. In that foliage, he went and sat. As he went and sat, he prayed, "Mata, wherever you are, please show yourself to me." He bent down. There was Sita. Varinita vasute vitara kushalamayi dehitava kaseva mohanadhame rame pahi jagat janani pahi mam karunaya panke ruhanayane amba pahi jagat janani. He could have said, "Hello, I'm here." He didn't do that. First, he has to understand whether this lady is Sita. She doesn't have a badge here. How did he find this is Sita? Here is where there are a few shlokas. Upavasa krisham dinam nishvasantim punah punaha dadasha shukla pakshado chandra rekha mivamalam manda prakhyayamanena rupena ruchira prabham pinnadham dhumajalena shikhamiva vibhavasoho pitenaikena samvitam klishtenotema vasasa sapankamiva lankaram vipadmamiva padminim pīditam dukkha santaptam parikshīnam tapasvinim grahena angarakeneva pīditamiva rohinim. It seems when he looked at her, upavasa, she alone in the midst of so many women looked thin. She has been kidnapped. Will she put on weight? Tumba chennagide se ಊಟ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಓಹ್, ashtu ruchi. She will not, true Sita would have not eaten well. So naturally she will be very, very frail and weak. Upavasa krisham dinam. And you will have disturbed sleep. See, whenever you are upset, you will have disturbed sleep. When all the others were snoring, nishvasantim punah punaha, she was alone having a deep breath. When eyes were all drooping and closing, her pair of eyes were alone looking in a certain direction. Then three identities. Pita Kausheya Vasinim. She was wearing the same color that she was abducted with. Yellow color, silk with Hamsa Jari Butta. Nodidira ನೀವು? Vedanta Deshika says, Taddakulanka Murtau. While she was abducted, she had Hamsa motif, it seems. Yellow silk. How did Hanuman know? Because she tore a part of her pallu and threw the jewelry, right? The Vanaras had collected. That time he spotted the color and the motif, the same was on her sari. This is observation. You should be very clear. Small things matter in your life. In most kidnap cases, the police will ask, what dress was the person wearing last? Hanuman has noticed. Second, she had a jewelry which she had not thrown. See, she had thrown some jewelry. She had retained some. Whatever she had retained was not thrown. See, nobody will wear two chokers. They will wear only one choker. Correct. So what she threw was not here. One of the anklets was there. The other anklet was not there. She had a earring which was Shvadamshtra. Valmiki mentions it has a flower in the center, 3 drops of leaves in the bottom. Specification, it is called Shvadamshtra. She had braided herself as a veni. as a plate, because in Shastras, a woman who has been away from her husband, to show the anguish and the anxiety, will never put it into a chignan, a bun. She will always put it as a braid. Veni means separated. Kondai means not separated. This is there in Shastram. He saw that. So, Hanuman concluded, this must be Sita. Look at that intelligence. If he had sent me, I would have been searching till date. Madam, ನೀವು ಸೀತಾನ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡಿ madam, confirm ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡಿ. I would have asked every other lady but Sita. See, without inputs he has gone. That is the altruistic mind that Hanuman had. He concluded this is Sita. First conclusion done. Now he does a comparison. He has seen Rama for quite some time. Now he is seeing Sita. Konjam vambu. What he does is he first asks whether they are a good match. There's nothing you can do much now. But he checks. Rama's wife is Sita. Are they meant to be? Now he starts comparing. So he says, Tulyashila vayovrittam tulyabhijana lakshanam raghavorhati vaidehim. Tulyashila. Great, sir. The way she conducts herself, the demeanor, the way she sits. You know, in Tamil families, they'll say, Adakkama ukar. The way you sit says a lot about your demeanor. When he looked at the Rakshasis, Ekakshi Mekakarnim, they had stretched their hands, legs. They were not bothered about how their upper garment was. There's one shloka, they were looking like alligators, it seems. See, when you sleep itself, somebody should take a selfie with you. ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಲ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ. ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Ask someone to take photo when you're sleeping. You can't see. Ghora Swarupa. So, here Sita is seated with the demeanor, with the poise, with the coyness. Tulya Sheela. So, Rama he has seen, now he sees Sita. Sheela, correct sir. Vayaha, age. Two people walk into the elevator in Brigade Gateway when I went to meet my friend. A man and his wife. I didn't know. I said, Mama, ponnan ketute. Your daughter, sir? No, my wife. She felt very happy. Mama, he went on therapy. Depression. Tulyashila vayo vrittam. Both Rama and Sita are matched by their age as well. Vrittam, characteristics. When Rama sends Hanuman, he says, Bhaskarena prabhayata. This man thinks that he can separate Sita from me. That man of minuscule knowledge, Ravana, thinks Hanuman that we can be separated. Bhaskarena prabhayata. Let him first separate the rays of the sun from the sun. They are inseparable, so are we both. He says and sends. Now later when Hanuman talks to Sita, Sita will tell the same. Bhaskarena prabhayata. Hanuman, hey, tong. Ee dialogue avaru kuda helidralve. See, there used to be some Jodi maker contest in ZTV before. Husband will be put, wife will be sent to that audio visual room. They will ask 10 questions to this man, 10 questions to the woman. No, none of them will match. You see? Same dialogue. Bhaskarena prabhayata. Tulya Sheela vayo vrittam. Tulya abhijana lakshanam. Abhijana. Hanuman says both come from very good families. In most arranged marriages, that was a big criteria. You should come from good families. Love marriage, you can't do anything. Osama oda parana adana panniga vendita. So, Tulya bhijana lakshanam raghavor hati vaidehim. Hanuman concludes, best Jodi sir. Raghavor hati vaidehim. For that Raghava is this Vaidehi. Which means, the vice versa is also true. If LHS is equal to RHS, then the vice versa RHS will also be true. For Sita is this Rama. He didn't conclude there. What he does is, Tanchayam asidekshana. For this beautiful eyed Sita, Rama is a good match, which means Rama is a match to Sita in all factors but the eyes. See, he should have said Rama and Sita are a good match. He said for the good, beautiful eyed Sita, Rama is a good match. Which concludes that he was a good match but in the eyes. Because Bhagavan's eyes shower grace. But there is a problem, one eye showers anger. Chandra Surya Nayana. We don't know which eye he will see with when we go Baroili. Moon eye. No. He may show which eye, we don't know. One eye sun, one eye moon. You go to Mahalakshmi, Chandram, Chandra Sahodarim. Both eyes are moon. Does she punish? Vedanta Deshika says, Nityam Ajnata Nigraha. She doesn't know what is punishment. Once Bhagavan said, Lakshmi, I need to punish this man. She said, what is punish? You don't know punish? Take the dictionary. She said, I've got one dictionary. She took. She said, check in V. P. Okay, P, even P. U. Yes, Swami. It is. P-U-N-I. No, Swami, that word is not there in my dictionary. So in Mahalakshmi's dictionary, the word punish is not there. Bhagavan tried explaining. She said, no, I am not able to fathom. Nityam Ajnata Nigraha. She knows everything, but she's ignorant about punishment. So both her eyes are moon. His eye, one eye is sun. So Hanuman knows what could happen if the probability 1/2 of the sun works if Bhagavan opens. But for her, both probabilities 1/2 is only the moon. So for her, the eyes are better than him. So he said, Tanchayam Asita Ikshana. For this beautiful eyed Sita, Rama is a good match. Which means in the eyes, he cannot match her. Suddenly he changed party. When he left, he was in RMK, Rama Munnetra Kazhagam. Now he has gone to SMK, Sita Munnetra Kazhagam. How can they change parties, sir? Now they are changing. Haven't you been seeing in the last 20 days? Everybody is changing. So Hanuman immediately changed. He said, Yak naan matra ore party alli irbeku sir. Naan Sita party hogta idini. Now, that is when, as he notices, Ravana comes. That is one boring incident. Ravana comes. I have described that in my book for many pages. Because the way Ravana comes, very beautiful. Nobody can describe like Valmiki. What a poet he was. You know what Ravana does in the middle of the night? See, if he was a great warrior, he should have come during the daytime. Correct? He does not want the wrong news to go to the media. So he'll come in the middle of the night. That time, Uttariyam tu, says Valmiki. He adjusts his upper cloth. He does that, it seems. He has to meet Sita, right? So he checks if his upper cloth is right, hair is right, set wet, curls. Then he comes. With the umbrella, he walks. There are Rakshasis going in the front. They are holding torches. You should see the description by Valmiki. He comes. The moment they play the Bheri Vadyam. Bheri is one kind of a small drum. They will play. Veena Bheri Venu Vadyadi Vinodini Modini Rakshama Veena Bheri. They played Raja Raja, Raja Martanda. Whenever a Raja comes, they have to say all these words. Laka Laka Laka. Raja came. The moment Ravana came, because for Hanuman this is the first time. But for Sita, every night this man will come. Boring, same dialogue. Sita, Sita. She is not at all interested to see this man. What will you do? Now Sita does something. She plucks a blade of grass. She has been sitting under the Shimshupa tree. One blade of grass, keeps it on the floor. That's all. Trinam antaratah kritva pratyuvacha shuchismita, says Valmiki. She kept a blade of grass. That's all. After that, she starts speaking. Why did she keep a blade of grass? See, if someone comes, see, generally when you go on excursions, picnics, when you sit on any meadow, most children, they will, if they are jobless, they will keep plucking grass. But But Sita is not that immature child. She is a princess, daughter of Janaka, daughter-in-law of Dasharatha, wife of Rama, Sita. When Ravana comes, Trinam, she plucks a blade of grass, keeps it down. So there has to be a meanings. 40 meanings why she plucked the blade of grass. A commentator, Periyavachan Pillai, writes, I've quoted all that in my book. Few. Dharma Shastra says, if you meet someone whom you don't want to meet, see in the office, you avoid that person, but that person is going by you, but you act as if you're, oh, I didn't see you. In the office, there are cubicles. You will have partition. What will Sita do? When you don't like a person, yet you are forced to see the person, then you can draw a curtain. If curtain is not available, Shastram says, keep the blade of grass. Even if he was a person that Sita disliked, he had still learnt the Vedas. For that aspect, he has to be respected. Her father Janaka had told, if a person who has learnt the Vedas comes in front of you, first thing you have to offer him a seat. If you don't have a seat at your disposal, keep a blade of grass. He has been bringing exotic, exquisite saris and jewelry to her. Keep pushing all this to her every night. Bribing her. He thinks they are all our water and electricity departments. You keep, she'll take. She said, no, babe. She has been trying to explain to this man, but he is incorrigible. She keeps telling him, all the exquisite saris of patolas and the mugas that you keep in front of me is nothing but a blade of grass. Ravana, I've been explaining to you time and again that I'm not interested in you. No means no. I'm not interested in you. Yet you seem to persuade and coax me. If you still can't fathom and understand and decipher what I wish to say, you are just an illogical cow. A cow feeds on grass, so start eating this grass. Trinam antarata kritva. 40 meanings, I've told you only 4. Fifth, she says, at about 6:30 p.m. on 20th June in 2026 in Guruvayurappan temple, Dushyanth will say that Bhagavan has pervaded the entire world. He lives in the pillar and in the blade of grass. Thunilum irupar. So he is in the pillar and in the blade of grass. To prove the boy's words right, he emerged from the pillar as Narasimha. Today, to prove my words right, he will emerge from this blade of grass as Raghava Simha. But this man doesn't seem to understand. As Sita says all this, this man doesn't. He says, you have to be my wife, my wife. She says, you have so many wives. First, you run a family with them. If you are in Tamil Nadu, you get 1,000 rupees. Karnataka andre free brasu. ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಯಾಕೆ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಯಾಕೆ ಐ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ ಟು ಸಂಬಡಿ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಯು ಆರ್ ವೇಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಯುವರ್ ಟೈಮ್ ತಾತ ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಸನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸನ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅಜ್ಜ ಹೀಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ನೀವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವಯಸ್ಸಾಗಿದೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ರಾವಣ is trying to adjust his upper cloth. He wants to be ever young. He is doing all anti-wrinkle treatment, Kaya skin cleaning, PRP treatment, filler, Botox, all this he is doing. And she calls him Tata. That is when Sita says, see, even you have time to redeem yourself. You send a message to Rama. Mitram aupayikam kartum ramasthanam paripsata. Just say, Rama, I have sent you FB request, accept matko. My husband is very good. He will immediately accept. You send me back, we will be good friends. Whenever we have time, we will come to Lanka and go. But if you fail to obey my advice, remember Rama's arrows will reach you. Till now, Sita doesn't have even a scantiest message that Hanuman will come. But she says, Rama will come. That is confidence. If I had been there, varuvaro illiyo. Yenga poirparu. She says, he will come. His arrows will come. But this man says, I have given you enough time. If you do not succumb to my request and wishes, I will eat you for breakfast. This is the word. Sir, naramamsa tintara tintane. There is one sarga, the Rakshasis come and say, we will take your spleen and intestine and we will make one nice majjige huli and we'll eat. Then we will do one dance called Nikumbila dance. There is one shloka. After eating, they will do one dance, Nikumbila dance. So, Sita said, you do whatever you want. Then he told all the Rakshasis there, hey Rakshasis, somehow she has to accept me. And he left. They were all ready. Cycle, chain, soda bottle, 7 o'clock blade, Ekakshi, Mekakane, hey Sita. That is when their leader called Trijata came. She said, if you proceed to her, you see. Then those Rakshasis went and said, Trijata said, I had a dream. Sita, these were in the early hours. Now it is between 2 and 3 in the morning. I told you, right, from 5:30 we have gone 2 and 3. I had a dream that you and your husband Rama, with very well decked, beautiful silk clothes, are seated on a throne gilded in gold and going northwards, touching the rays of the rising sun. While I saw my older uncle, which is Ravana, because she is Vibhishana Putri, I saw my older uncle, which is my father's older brother Ravana, fully tonsured with head smeared in oil, seated on a donkey, going in the southern direction with a wail and cry that seemed like the howling of the foxes. The moment she said this, Sita had, oh, you had that dream. Something good is going to happen to you, Sita, don't worry. Trijata. What? Vibhishana is one support, his daughter. She said, I will be of support. But I don't know how that support will come for you, Sita, but I had a dream like this. Then she told the Rakshasis, now ask, sorry, bol, Sita said. See, I had a dream. If Rama gets to know that you have tortured her, the moment he wins over Ravana, he will come directly to Ashokvana and make one togayal out of you. Kannadadalli togayalge ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? Chutney is different. Chutney is loose. Togayal is tight. ತೊಗೈಲೇ ಬಣ್ಣ ಮಾಟೇಳ ಚಟ್ನಿ ಓಕೆ ಗಟ್ಟಿ ಚಟ್ನಿ ಓಕೆ ಈಸಿ. If there are two sons-in-law in the house, ivar yaar maapale, ivar acid maapale. Getti chutney. Okay, that is okay. See, he said basically, sorry. Now look at Ramayana. The Rakshasis are very adamant. They don't open their mouth. They don't say sorry. But you know what Sita says? Trijata, if your words get true that Rama wins over Ravana, I am telling you, nothing will happen to the Rakshasis. I will protect them. This is Sita Sharanagati. Sharanagati. So, Parashara Bhatta says, Ardra paradastvaya matar maithili rakshasistvadidadaiva ardra paradastvaya Rakshantya pavanatmaja laghutara ramasya goshtikrita kakam tancha vibhishanam sharanamityuktikshamau rakshata. Sita, with your mercy, you made even Rama small. Vibhishana does sharanagati, but Sita says, I will protect them. Now this is on one side. Now let us come back to Hanuman. Now all of them have left. Now Sita is going to commit suicide. This is suicide number 2. She says, till now I don't have any hope that Rama will come. No messenger has come, neither has Rama come. I have lost all hope. This man says he will eat me. I don't want to die such a gory death. She said, I will kill myself. Where will she go for the rope? Her long hair was the rope. So in those days, that was an extra benefit of long hair. Yak sir, on separate rope. She was about to commit suicide. Now imagine Hanuman's state. Hanuman, first of all, has walked, trespassed, and come into, he is an infiltrator. That itself, he doesn't know what punishment they will give. Second, he has spotted Sita. But Sita is going to commit suicide. Tomorrow, they will call in the court for witness. Neevu Atmahatyena nodidira. Yaku stop madilla. They will ask. Now, Hanuman has to stop. If he says, Mata, 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 in Sanskritam, she looks up. She sees Vanara speaking in Sanskritam, she'll get a heart attack. See, animals and all talking in Sanskrit. Humans themselves, we struggle. Suddenly one Vanara, Mate, Nandrik Veda Vinitasya, Na Yajur Veda, Vanara is speaking. How will he stop? He's so worried. He has to manage. See, it is not about the content. It is about how you deliver the content. He has to tell that I'm there, I'm the messenger of Rama, but he has to say, how will he say? He's about to commit suicide. If he says, Mata, she'll die. If he doesn't stop, then also she'll die. What will he do? Morning 3:30. There's one yama left for the Suryodayam.
Parama Bhagavata Maunivara Shivibhakara Sanaka Sanandana Dihisha Surakim Purusha Kanaka Kashipu Suta Narada Tumburu Pavana Sunu Bala Chandradhara Shuka Saroja Bava Bhusura Varulu Parama Pavanulu Ghanulu Shashvatulu Kamala Bhava Sukhamu Sadanu Bhavulu Gakayendaro Mahanu Bhavulu. As I'm speaking these divine lines of Sri Tyagaraja Swami, I've received the very divine Onavil of Thiruvananthapuram. This is going to be a grand, a mega Natya production titled Endaro Mahanubhavalu, a festoon of the devout. We have chosen the inspiring events from the lives of 14 Acharyas, Mahans, who have trod Bharata Bhumi. Doddacharya, Adishankaracharya, Vedanta Deshika, Muthuswami Dikshita, Potana, Jayadeva, Andal, Mirabai, Kamban, Tirumalizai Piran, Bhadrachala, Ramadasu, Goswami, Tulasidasa, Purandaradasa and Tukara. We have strung it together into a beautiful dance production that is primarily Bharatanatyam based with movements of Odissi, Ghumar and Mohiniyattam, which is going to be multilingual as well with lines chosen from Sanskritam, Marathi, Brajbhasha, Rajasthani, Telugu, Kannada, Tamil. So many languages put together. I've had the opportunity to work with dancers, Natya gurus of great repertoire in the last 15 years. This is an opportunity for me to have curated the production, to have done the storyboard and narrate the production in English. The choreography is by the very famous, revered Kalaimamani Srimati Anita Guha. The music is by the great-grandson of Subramanya Bharati, a Sangeet Natak Academy awardee, Dr. Rajkumar Bharati. And the soundscape design is by Sri Sai Shravanam, one of the contributing engineers to the award-winning Life of Pi movie. We have all come together to present this grand production Endaro Mahanubhavalu in your city. On the 26th and on the 27th of September at the Prestige Center of Performing Arts in Bengaluru, we are presenting this production. On the 3rd and the 4th of October, we are doing it at the Naradagana Sabha in Chennai. On the 1st of November, we are doing it at the Fine Arts Society Chembur in Mumbai. And on the 29th of November at Kamani Auditorium in Delhi. Tickets are flying off the shelves. Please be present, buy your tickets and be with your family to watch this, I would say, once in a lifetime event. We are extremely thankful to the title sponsor, to the event sponsor, to the associate sponsors, and to those hands who have supported us. To the all of you, thank you. To the all of you, Vandanamulu, please be present. Namaskar.
Saguna Brahma Parat Pararam Kalatmaka Parameshwar Ram Seshatalpa Sukha Nidritaram Brahmadyamara Prarthitaram Chandakirana Kulamardanaram Srimad Dasharatha Nandanaram Kausalya Sukhavardhanaram Vishwamitra Priyadhanaram Ghoratataka Ghatakaram Marichadrinipatakaram Kaushikamakha Samrakshakaram Srimadahalyodharakaram Gautama Muni Sampujitaram Suramuni Varagana Samstutaram Navita Dhavita Mrudupadaram Mithila Purajana Mohakaram Videha Manasa Ranjakaram Triyama Jaya Rajaram Rama Rama Jaya Sitaram Rama Rama Hanuman says, Mata, she's just listening. She has not even turned her head upwards. After 10 long months, she's listening to the magical word Rama. So, Hanuman says like a narrator. He's hidden in the foliage, in the leaves. Early in the morning, 3 a.m., no light. She can't see. The voice is alone heard. In Zoom, many of them will switch off video. Only audio will be on. Likewise, there used to be a king called Dasharatha. Asi Dasharatho nama Rathakunjara Vajiman. That Dasharatha, after a long time, wanted sons. He performed Ashwamedha and Putrakameshti, towards the end of which Payasam came, which was distributed across the wives. After 12 long months, Tatascha Dvadashe Mase, was born Rama. He was given the name Rama. Ramayatiti Ramaha. Jaya 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 Janaki Kanta. Jaya Sadhu Jana Vinuta. Jaya Tu Mahimananta. Jaya Bhagyavanta. Jaya Jaya. That name was given. Those magical letters were put together, strung together, and the name Rama was given to the boy. He lived and enjoyed such an attached brotherhood, fraternity with his brothers. To add vigor and kshatram to the varna of kshatriya that he was born to, he killed Tataka, Subahu, drove away Maricha, but out of compassion gave emancipation to Ahalya. Prove his valor in lifting the bow and married Sita, the epitome of good qualities. Both of them returned to Ayodhya, and as a Dampati lived for 12 long years in Ayodhya while Rama was 25 and Sita was 18. Manthara decided to brainwash the decisions that were taken at the executive level by Dasharatha through Kaikeyi, who sought those boons, and Dasharatha ordained Rama to go to the forest when Sita, out of Pativrata Dharma, too joined him. Like Lakshmana, through Sesha Dharma, agreed to be of subservience to them. As the three of them received great hospitality in the ashramas of Bharadwaja, Guha, Atri, Sutikshna, Sharabhanga, Agastya, Valmiki, they lived happily in Panchavati. As they lived happily, came Shurpanakha. After her Garvabhangam, Karadushana were killed, and one day, when Maricha came in the form of a deer and Sita asked for it and Rama went behind it, that is when Ravana came as a sannyasi. Till now Sita knows. After that she wants to know what has happened. When Sita was abducted, realizing that something bad has happened to his dear wife, Rama went forest after forest, hill after hill, river after river, flower after flower, asking for her. This is where Sita started feeling the joy. See, that is why I told you, in certain occasions, somebody's sorrow will give you joy. Had Hanuman said, Thedi paathar kadaikile aathukku poitar. Ayodhyaku poitu ange irkalam Sita. He named the main road as Sita Memorial Main Road. Hanuman did not say that. He said, he missed Sita, went hill after hill. Sita felt, Parvala appa mari illa இவர் கொஞ்சம் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் ஆள், இவர் வழி தனி வழி, படையப்பாவாக இருப்பார் போல இருக்கு. So, sir went place after place, and then he had an MOU signed with the Vanaras. In that big battalion of Vanaras is one Vanara called Hanuman, who crossed the seas, searched for Sita everywhere, and finally spotted her under the shade of Shimshupa. Mata, look at me above. As she bent upwards and Hanuman looked downwards, just imagine the scene. She is still in the mode, because for 2 sargas she is holding her braid. She is still in the mode of suicide. Hanuman is bending, reverse, Valakilyasana, his head is here. Sita is here. They are talking. Nobody can describe like Valmiki. Now, Sita is of the doubt. You are a Vanara. My husband is a Nara, to the best of my knowledge. Suddenly, how did you become friends? See, your son comes. Oh, आओ बेटा अंदर आओ. ये मेरा friend है. You see one dog. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಇದು ನಿನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಆಯಿತು. See, you may call yourself pet owner, pet parent and everything. But at the end of the day, they have a language, but not the same as yours. Bhairavaha kaha? Will that Bhairava come and say, aham idam vasami? Lollun kolaiku. See, you may decipher from that lol, but lol will remain lol. Correct? So Hanuman suddenly says, your husband and we are very good friends. That was not Sita's point. Her point was, without my consent, how did he accept you? I have not signed the order, sir. ಇದನ್ನು ಫೋರ್ಜರಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಾನು ಒಪ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಆಯಿರಿ? She didn't ask directly, she asked indirectly. Hanuman understood. See, that is Hanuman's intelligence. If we had understood, hey Mata, I know. No, Hanuman did not do that. You know what Hanuman did? Mata, you won't believe, even in our lives we were clueless because Vali had chased Sugriva out. We had no home. Avas Ghar Yojana we had applied, we had no home. That is when we spotted you being kidnapped by Ravana. You looked at us. Your grace fell on us. After that only we met Rama. Which means with your consent only this friendship has. See, every line you have to decipher. You have to squeeze Ramayana and see. Generally when you do Ramayana, see, Hanuman ji dono ban gaye. Ban जाने के बाद ऐसा सीता माता से मिले. मिलने के बाद ऐसे दोनों के बीच में बातचीत हुई और दोनों वन से वापस आ गए. That is not the way that Sundara Kandam works. You have to strip, take Valmiki shloka, read the commentary. Oh, what job they have done. They will take every word and write a dissertation for Hanuman's Vakyam. He is a Navavyakarana Pandita. If he speaks, there has to be a reason. He will not ramble. See, Tamil Nadu, I'm giving you an example. If people who don't prepare for public speeches, இங்கு மேடையில் அமர்ந்திருக்கக்கூடிய தலைவர் அவர்களுக்கு எனது வணக்கம். First line. He has said vanakkam, namaskara to one person. You should not spend a lot of time on this. You should say namaskara to everybody. இங்கு அடுத்ததாக இருக்கக்கூடிய எங்கள் வண்டு முருகன் அவர்களுக்கு நமஸ்காரம். அடுத்ததாக இருக்கக்கூடிய பொன்வண்டு சாமி அவர்களுக்கு நமஸ்காரம். Because you want to while away your time. You don't have content to speak. So for the first 10 minutes, you will tell namaskara to each person on the stage. First you have to put 20 people on the stage. That is where Hanuman wins. He is a Navavyakarana Pandita. Whatever he says will be crisp, succinct and to the point. He will speak only when there is a point. Sita understood. Now Sita asks, how will I know you have come from Rama? First you have to describe Rama. Katham Uru, Katham Bahu, how are his thighs, how are his arms? Very nasty question. Will you ask someone? See, generally when you have to collect some ticket from one person whom you have never met, somebody has sent it through this person. You will say, oh, aur kalsidra, thanks sir, ashte. Sir, avrinda bandidira, aur thighs hengirate heli. Is it a good Katham Uru, Katham Bahu, describe Rama's thighs to me. Ibdiya kepa? Asingama ille. Mama kitten vandirukal, mama thoda ipdi irukku sollunga. Nannava irukku. Why did Sita ask? Because Sita is asking, describe Rama. She was worried, what if it was Ravana? See, you have to check in 15 years back, they will, when you go in train, they'll say, somebody gives biscuit, don't have. You remember? Now today, times have changed. Biscuit and all, they don't give. Spam call. Correct? They will write a mail to you, I'm in sudden danger, please send me 2 lakhs. Number mama amchuruvar. That's Nigeria. Then you ask mama, they said they were in problem. 2 lakhs has gone. So Sita has to check. She says, describe Rama. If it was Ravana, he could not have answered. It is Hanuman. Hanuman says, first I will go to his eyes, Mata. She says, describe his eyes. Hanuman says his eyes resemble the petals of a newly newly blossomed lotus. But if I would say that his eyes are akin to the petals of a newly blossomed lotus, the lilies come and fight with me, asking, why didn't you take our name? Lilies say, take our name. His eyes are like lily. Mata, I can speak for hours together, but no simile in this world can fit Rama's beauty. When Rama stands, that majesticity, Karnataka Deshadalli, Hire Magaluru anta iro Devasthana Kshetradalli, you have to see Rama. Oh, how handsome he is. The way he stands. Yeah. That Tribhangam, the way his hip bends. So Hanuman says, oh, what a man you have married, Mata. Very handsome. Now Sita liked this answer. Now she said, okay, all that is fine. I've checked. Has he sent something? There has to be something, right? Hanuman takes that ring, another point. Had I gone, I would have missed that ring. Tolachutu ninirpe. Half of some people's lives will go in only in searching. Have you? Search ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲಿಟ್ಟೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲಿಟ್ಟೆ. Hanuman has crossed the oceans. First he has taken the ring carefully. இப்படி தேடி பார்த்து, ring. He shows that ring. Now, there is a point here. See, Sundara Kandam, that is why I told you I cannot convey the entire Sundara Kandam to you. Varavum matengiradu. So, this ring, when you give, you have to give it like this. When you give, you have to give it like this. And the person who accepts has to accept like this. This is the way you give. Tago. You give it like this. That is why Bhagavan has Varada Hasta, like this. But Hanuman had a worry. If he gives it like this, then Sita has Bhiksha Mudra. Mata should never take Bhiksha, right? Before the parents need, you have to give. So Hanuman was a bit worried. What should I do? So he kept the ring like this. So Sita took it like this. So he avoided Sita seeking alms. That is buddhi. Samayochita buddhi. Now, Sita received that ring. Grihitva prekshamana sa bhartukkara vibhushanam bhartaramiva samprapta janaki mudita bhavat. She was so elated. How elated? See, generally when one person is happy, what do we say in colloquial way? Oh, he is extremely joyful. That's all. More than that you cannot say. But Valmiki is a poet. He has to say, how much happy is Sita? How can you quantify happiness? Sir, 2 liters happy, sir. 4 kgs. How can you quantify happiness? But Valmiki does. You know what Valmiki says? Even if Rama was physically present, she will still choose the ring, it seems. She liked the ring. She liked the ring more than Rama? Yes. Why? 2 reasons. This ring was gifted to Rama by her father. Nan tande every month ಚೀಟು ಹಾಕಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಗೊತ್ತಾ ಅವರು. ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು 2, ಒಂದು ನಾನು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ರಿಂಗು. This man lost me. At least he has the ring. She was happy. Second reason, Govindaraja says, once when Sita and Rama were by the banks of the river Godavari in Panchavati, generally they are very good. They never fight. One day they had a small argument. So Sita and Rama did not speak for 3 days. Lakshmana did not know this. Sita and Rama, but Rama could not stay without speaking to Sita. He needed some excuse to talk to Sita, but ego. He needed one excuse. He took the ring gifted by her father, put it into the sands of Godavari and covered it and said, my ring is missing. Whoever is here may spot it for me. Who is there? Only Sita. Sita was worried. Ayyo, 11 gram. Making charge 18%. In the ashadu thola chutu nikkarde. So she immediately, oh Ram, here is the ring. Oh, you found the ring. Where did you find it? Oh, beautiful. And they started speaking. See, this has been mentioned by Govindaraja in the commentary. He says, this is how Karavibhushanamittyanena bhogatishayat pranavakope pravritte parasparama alokana bhashanadi virahadashayam kankshite bhashate manatishayena maune krite ramo anguliyakam bhumau chyavati sma tada vyajena च्युतमंगुलीयकम इति सीतायाभिहेति प्रणयकोप शैथिल्यात् परस्परश्लेषो भूयो अप्यभूत एवं घटकभूतकर विभूषणं भर्तारिमिव संप्राप्ता अंगुलीयक दर्शनात् तस्य कान्तस्य करं स्मृतवती तत्स्मृतया बाहु तत्स्मरेण तद्विग्रहम. This is the commentary. So Sita thought that day, for temporarily, when both of us were not talking to each other, the ring united us. Today, when we are distances and months apart, the same ring is uniting us. Karavibhushan. What is the word for ring? Anguliyakam. It fits the finger. Correct. Hindi में भी हम अंगूठा अंगूठी बोलते हैं. Correct. This is the finger. अंगूठी. Anguliyakam. It fits the finger. What does Valmiki say? Grihitva prekshamanasa bhartuhu karavibhushanam. He says this is the ornament of the hand. It is a finger, right? It is Anguliyakam, not Karavibhushanam. Why? Because Rama was separated from Sita. He lost so much weight that the ring fit him as a bangle. Karavibhushanam. Every word of Ramayana needs to be addressed. Madhuram madhuraksharam. Now she received. Now Hanuman says, Mata, there is a problem. Kya beta? If I go back, he will ask, you met Sita or not? If I say yes, he will ask for proof. Proof de do. What proof? She sends a private message. She says, tell Rama the eye of the crow. Bas. Eye of the crow, idiyen madam. While they were in Chitrakuta, after good, sumptuous, delicious food, when they were taking a siesta by lying by the back of a branch, Indra's son in the form of a crow came and pecked at her tender, sensitive bosom skin. Blood started oozing while Rama was resting on her lap. Unable to bear and withstand the pain, she withered. As she withered, Rama woke up. He saw that she was bleeding. He saw a crow at the top whose beaks were smeared with blood. He knew the crow had caused this damage. He took a blade of grass, inserted the Brahmastra mantra, and Aishika he produced, and then it went chasing the crow who knocked at the door of everybody possible in its fraternity. Nobody gave asylum. Trin lokan samparikramya tameva sharanam gataha yettishayu mudandru odi ilaithu vilum kagam pol, says Vedanta Deshika. That time I said, Rama, maaf kar do na. If you do anything to the crow, Menaka will say something. Menaka Gandhi. Kuch mat karo. Rama said he has done a grave mistake. Take one eye, whatever you want to do. Because if there is a mistake, you have to do. So, that is why in Sanskritam there is a nyaya called Kakakshi Golaka Nyaya. One eye was taken. Attirame adan kannai aruttadum vor adayalam, says Periyalvar. Go tell, this is the eye of the crow. Then Hanuman said, this is fine, Mata, but what do I carry? She immediately gave her gem-studded clip called Chudamani. She said, this is the money which my father gave to Dasharatha, who gifted to Rama, who adorned my chignan with this. When I was kidnapped, I was turned into a braid, Veni. I am waiting for the day when the Pattabhisheka of Rama will happen with me by his side, where it will be bundled into a chignan, and this tiara will be adorning my hair tresses. Go give him this. Hanuman said, okay, Mata. But one thing, what is it, Hanu? You sit at my back, Mata. I will put seat belt. I will take you directly to Kishkinda. Yake Yuddhakanda 6,000 verses waste matter. I will take you from here. Yake adalla pravachana madbeku. Illindane. But Sita said, no. What if you drop me? I don't know swimming. Hanuman said, don't worry, Mata. We have floaters. We will adjust. Sita said, this is wrong. What is wrong? What will people say of me? You're just going behind some orbit man. Mata, you are like my mother. Mothers go behind their sons in the scooty. I will go. No. Hanuman, there is a real reason. Do you think I can't protect myself? Bhasma arhate jasa. If I say, let this Lanka turn into a heap of ashes, it will turn. Then I will take one flight and go back. Jai Shankar will send one. I will go. Vande Bharat. That's all I'll take. But what will people speak of Rama? He's holding a mighty bow. Yen sir, yen kelsane illa boke. Avule bandbutru. Vapas. Dandamu pette nura kodanda pani judara uruvaru vidhivaru okka jati, says Tyagaraja. Dandamu pette nura kodanda pani judara. Kodandam ante adi Ramaswamini dhanush. Tamil భాషలో దండం అంటే వేస్ట్. அவர் எப்படி உங்க ஆத்துல దండం? దండము పెట్టేనురా. Let him come and protect me. Then only 6,000 verses people will read Ramayana. Then what will people say? Ravan kidnapped Sita from India to Lanka. And Hanuman from Karnataka brought her back from Lanka to India. What was Rama doing? Watching the match. He should come and protect me. Go tell him, 2 months if he doesn't come, I will die. Waste of time. Let him stay back. Now Hanuman says, Mata, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರು ದರ್ಶಿನಿ ಇದೆಯಾ? ತುಂಬ ಹಸು Mata. It is about 5 o'clock. ಇಷ್ಟು ತನಕ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ಯಾಕೆಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾವುದು ನನಗಿಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. She said, do whatever you want. There are quite a few plantations. What will a Vanara do? Full night he destroyed Lanka. Destroyed. Rakshasi tried stopping him. Who can stop Hanuman? They all went and complained to Akshakumara, Ravana's son. Akshakumara came. He was killed. Akshahantaram. They couldn't stop Hanuman. Full damage. Lanka in the middle of the night. We now see drones coming in the middle of the night, right? Same effect. Middle of the night, Lanka was destroyed. It was burning. Ravana said, what is it daytime or night time? Ishtu beluku? It was burning. Tripuram yatha, says Valmiki, like how Shiva burned Tripura. Then Indrajit was sent, the one who won over Indra. He released Brahmastra. Brahmastra will do nothing to Hanuman. That is the boon. But Hanuman wanted to respect Brahma, senior citizen. See, whenever I go in that train, invariably, I've never slept in the lower berth. Even if I get some person will come, sir, salpa mail hogtira. Sir, one day all of us have to go up. Sir, new mail hogbidi. Sir, I don't know, invariably in my jataka, the person who comes to my berth will have L3 problem. 1 year also I have not slept in the lower berth. So now I have been very firm. I say, sir, nange tumba vayasaagta ide, sir. Hogakagalla, sir. So, here, Hanuman respected Brahma. He said, he's an elderly person. Let me act as if I'm very disciplined. Children do that. If they want their things to be accomplished by their parents, that day they will, Amma, you want something? You will be worried. Idu nanna magana. ಇಷ್ಟು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಇವನ ಹತ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲಲ್ವೇ? ಇವನು ರಾಕ್ಷಸ ಜಾತಿ ಅಲ್ವೇ? ಹೆಂಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ದೇವಜಾತಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಹಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಯು. ಹಿಯರ್ ಹನುಮಾನ್ ಆಕ್ಟೆಡ್. ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾಯ ನಮಃ. ಇಟ್ ಕೇಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟೈಡ್. ಬಟ್ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಅನ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ. Brahmastra tied him very lightly because it could not tie Hanuman, just like that Naam ke vaste. Naam ke vaste, Brahmastra put a thin rope. The moment Hanuman acted as if he had succumbed to Brahmastra, the Rakshasis came with their normal ropes. Big market. Idu metro, allinda takondu bandiro normal rope, nylon rope. They started tying him. The moment the normal rope was wound around Hanuman, Brahmastra rope cut by itself. Why? The Vyakhyata says, like Paramatma, who will never accept an equal. Ottarum mikkarum illada mamaya. Vedam says, to Paramatma there is no one who is greater or equal. Na samabhyascha adhikam. There is no sama, there is no adhikam. Paramatma will not coexist with anyone. Parabrahmam will not coexist with anyone, like Brahmastra will not coexist with a normal rope. See, Brahmastra felt, when I have tied Hanuman, you are bringing 140 rupees nylon rope and tying him. How can I and nylon rope coexist? It cut by itself. He was dragged to the court. He saw Ravana for the first time. First he is seeing the kidnapper. Hello, sir. There we have one mention that Hanuman sat on a big throne made of his tail. This is not there in the Ramayana. It is not there. It is there only in the sculpture. That is okay. Now immediately there were cries, kill this monkey. Everybody said, kill. Then they gave ideas how to kill, whether to cut him, steam him, then make momos out of him. Finally, one sane voice stood up. Vibhishana said, as per 1962 Geneva Convention, if you are catching a person from another country, you have no rights to kill him, you have to give him back. He was Abhinandan of that time. So he said, 1962 Act, you have to give him back. But then Ravana said, he has killed my son. Then you punish him. Vibhishana knew, for Rama's qualities of forgiveness, nothing can provoke him to come to Lanka unless his devotee is hurt. So he said, you burn his tail. Vibhishana did this purposefully. Then only Rama will come here. So immediately Hanuman's tail was taken, clothes were tied, dipped in ghee, Nandini ghee. And then fire was lit. Hanuman! Social media, share. Right? Some people will keep forwarding messages. You know, if they get WhatsApp, Belage, good morning, good afternoon. So Hanuman started sharing the fire, barring the houses where the elderly parents and the little children and pregnant women stayed. He burnt every other house. Lanka went to IMF, 6 billion bailout package. Full city was burnt. Hanuman then dipped his tail in the oceanic waters and then, I have burnt Lanka where Sita is there. What a fool I am. See, at times, our decisions could affect our own work. I keep giving this example. 25 years back, when we had Microsoft Word, we used to type. That time, this auto-save feature was not there. You type for 10 pages and you don't save. Oh, you will feel like dying that very moment. Narayana and Atman Natakun, because you have to type the entire document. Hanuman felt, all my efforts have gone to waste because I have burnt Lanka. Sita is there in that Shimshupa Vriksha, Ashokavana. That is when a group of people called Charanas, they were generally, you can call them, they will keep roaming around here and there. They are called Charanas. Always they will be on the move. So they were talking to each other. They were talking. They didn't speak to Hanuman. They were talking amongst each other. One Charana told the other, what a wonder, what a wonder. The other person asked, what is it? We saw the entire Lanka burn. How do? Except Shimshupa Vriksham. Hanuman felt, thank God. And he leaves and he comes to Bharatadesha. Now here the Vanaras are worried because their 1 month time given by Sugriva was elapsed. It had gone away. They knew that if they go back, Sugriva will kill them. Sugriva's court, punishment first, investigation later. First ಅವನ ಸಾಯಿಸ್ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೋಡೋಣ ಏನು ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದ ಅವನು. ಅಲಂಕೃತ್ಯ ಶಿರಚ್ಛೇದಂ. First they will declare the punishment. So here, Vanaras were very worried. That is when they heard a thunderous voice that sounded like Hanuman. They said, did you listen? Did you listen? Hanuman's voice, right? They asked Jambavan, Jambavan, nimge kelsta undu voice. Jambavan should have said yes, right? He didn't say yes. He said, Hanuman has seen Sita. He has not even seen Hanuman. Then those Vanaras asked, yen sarido? Hanumantane bandilla. ಅವನು ಯಾವುದು ಹೇಳಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು? ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಟೋನ್. See, this is so nuanced communication. Good communication is where you can decipher from the tone of the person. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹೋಯ್ತು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮು? ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪೇ, ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಸರಿ ನೀಟ್ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹೋಯ್ತು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮು? ಚೆನ್ನಾಗೋಯ್ತು. ಪಾಸ್. See the tone. See, even in a live lecture, compared to music concerts, I keep telling, are very because they get into a trance. Sarvojadala netri himagiri putri. You are in a trance. You don't necessarily have to look. But for my discourse, I have to keep looking at you. Who is speaking, who is not speaking, when they went, who stopped them. I have to notice everything. Who went, 2 people went and then they came back. First they didn't like, they came back. I saw that at the end. So I have to notice everything. Who is noticing, what they are doing, when they laugh, when they didn't do, when they scratch their, everything I have to note. That is communication, because this art I have to communicate with my audience's body language. If I find in certain lectures that they are finding it a bit tough, if I am giving a topic on Ishavasya Upanishad, how much ever I make it interesting, it will be dry. Ishavasyam idam sarvam, I begin. It will be dry. Now in that, if I see the body language, and all they do, immediately I have to give them an example that they relate to. See, speeches have to be given understanding your audience. You cannot prepare a speech and come. அடுத்ததாக ஹனுமான் பறந்து சென்றார். சென்ற ஹனுமான் சீதையை பார்த்தார். இப்படி செய்திகள் வாசிப்பது சோபனா ரவி. Have you heard? கேட்டிருக்கீங்களா? You cannot do that. So Hanuman's tone was enough. Sundara Kandam is Sundara Kandam. Hanuman has not come. Jambavana says he has seen. Now Hanuman, when he landed, you should see the euphoric reaction given by the Vanaras. They hugged him, they pinched him. Hanuman thought, if I take them in this state to Rama, Rama will die. Because they will start patting at Rama's back, doing the same thing. As such, Rama is weak. Hanuman did not know how to bring their excitement down. See, in our highways, you won't find speed breakers, because they are like Germany's Autobahn. You keep going at a certain speed. But inside our city, every 2 minutes you'll have one speed breaker. Why? Because in the middle of the night, 1 o'clock, if you have not slept, you will hear some great Mahanubhavas driving their Porsche. Zzz, that Harley Davidson will go. That time, if one person crosses, hit and run will happen only at that time. That is why they give you speed breakers, so that you bring your speed down. You have to defizz the excitement. What is the way to defizz? They have to defizz something else to defizz. So they were immediately taken to a vineyard. It was called Madhuvanam. It was under the jurisdiction of Sugriva, but supervisor was his uncle called Dadhimukha. This vineyard, he took. Where was it? In Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu, Tasmak had one earlier name called Madhuvanam. They were taken. Now immediately they started drinking. Gayanti ke chit pranamanti ke chit. December 31st night. They all started drinking. They started biting, scratching. What will monkeys do? Monkeys don't have that elite aristocratic touch. They will start biting, scratching each other. Now Hanuman, he did not have. He is a teetotaler. He did not have. Now he took all these monkeys in that state there. Now in Kishkindha, even before these Vanaras could reach, Dadhimukha had reached, because these Vanaras had caused detrimental damage to this Dadhimukha. Dadhimukha went and said, Sugriva, look at my body. I have to put TT, tetanus haakbeko. You look at what your Vanaras have done. What should Sugriva do? Mama, ninge hangagidiya, doctor na kariri. Bhaktavatsalam doctor idara illi. Practo inda nodi. You should have said. You know what Sugriva said? His uncle is crying. Sugriva turns to Rama and says, Hanuman has seen Sita. Rama was confused. Your uncle is bruised. How did Hanuman see Sita? That is when Sugriva said, without reason, Hanuman will not party. One reason ide. Then slowly Hanuman comes. He enters the assembly. Rama is eager. See, there are ways to say it. Rama, Sitana nanu, nodilla. You can say that also, right? So, the word Sita is not important there. The only word he requires is drishta, kanden. He doesn't even have to say the word Sitayai. Will he say kanden? Geetavai. Nolvera, ashadavar. Kandenna the Sitayai dane. Ipo, when you ask someone, go inside the kitchen and find mustard seeds. If the person says, found, what does it mean? What has he found? Mustard seeds. Yedena kepa. Avanu vendayatha thedinu vandirupar. Kettadu kaduga dane. And what is the puriyartho? So, kanden Sitaye, drishta Sita, Sita word is not important. See, in Sanskritam, pashyami. What does it mean? Saw. Does it mean saw? I saw. See, even without the word aham, the verb pashyami can be used only for me. If I have to put it to you, I have to say pashyasi. Pashyami itself has I in it. It is like function of x, f of x in maths. So he says, drishta, seen. You should see the relief in Rama. After so many months, he has listened to that one word, drishta. That makes it Sundara. You remember? Nashtadravyo hi labhasya. Hanuman comes. Now Kamban, see, Valmiki is great, but Kamban makes it extremely poetic in Tamil. Kandanan karpinukku aniyai kangalal irpirappu என்பதொன்னும் கற்பு எனப் பெயரதொன்னும் கலிநடம் புரியக் கண்டேன். He says, I didn't see Sita. Rama, yeno idu. You said I saw, then you say you're not seeing. No, I saw the personification of chastity. கற்பினுக்கு அணியை கண்களால் இற்பிறப்பு என்பதொன்னும் கற்பு என பெயரதொன்னும் கலிநடம் புரியக் கண்டேன். Rama, by being as a single woman in Lanka, fighting all the odds, you know what? She has made dynasties and vamshas and legacies survive. Rama asked, which legacy did she survive? By being a woman who is fighting Ravana, she has made her father's vamsha, Janaka vamsha, proud. By speaking of your laurels and your vamsha's laurels to Ravana without any inhibition, she has made your Surya vamsha proud. She has made you proud. But that is not great, Rama. She has given me my vamsha back. Unkulam unnadaki. What I am reciting is chase Tamil. Now don't worry, sir. Adu salpa artha agtha illa. Tamil people will also not understand. That is the beauty. நாங்கள் விசில் அடிச்சுட்டு இருக்கோம். எங்களுக்கு என்ன புரியும்? உன்குலம் உன்னதாக்கி உயர்ப்புகൾക്ക് ஒருத்தியாய தன்குலம் தன்னதாக்கி தன்னை இத்தனிமை செய்தான் வன்குலம் கூற்றுக்கு ஈந்து வானவர் குலத்தை வாழ்வித்து என் குலம் எனக்கு தந்தாள் எண்ணினி செய்வது எம்மோய். வாட் இஸ் திஸ் சார்? நாங்கள் தமிழை வேறே மாதிரி கேட்டிருக்கோம். நீங்கள் என்ன இப்படி சொல்றீங்கோ? நம்ம புருஷவாக்கு தமிழில் பேசுவோம். ഒരുപാട് ഇതെന്നാക്കും சொல்றாரு இவர். அல்ல பாலக்காடு தமிழில் பேசுவோம். உள்கே போம்மா ஒன்சூர் காப்பி குடிச்சுக்கொண்டு போ. என்ன இப்போ நீ என்ன வேன் பண்ணிக்கொண்டு போனே? என்ன மனசு ஆறுதில்லை உனக்கு? நீங்கள் என்னவோ தமிழ்ல எல்லாம் பேசுகிற உன் குலம் உன்னதாக்கி உயர்ப்புகளுக்கு. அதுக்கு குரல் வேற. See, for this unkulam, I have to change my voice. உன்குலம் முன்னதாக்கி உயர்ப்புகளுக்கு ஒருத்தியாய தன்குலம் தன்னதாக்கி தன்னை இத்தனிமை செய்தான் வன்குலம் கூற்றுக்கு இந்த வானவர். ஆழ்வார்பேட்டை ஆண்டவர் மாதிரி பேசினாதான் புரியும். So, what did Hanuman say? She gave my vamsha back. What does that mean? Hanuman says, I am a Vanara. However educated I am a Vanara. Vanara is indecisive. It can never choose this or that or this. Iduva, aduva, aduva, iduva. It will keep shifting branches. No Vanara will stay in one. It won't do dhyana. It will keep shifting. I was like that, Rama. I was a true Vanara till I met you. I did not know who's my Paradevata. Only when I met you, I got to know that you are Paramatma, you are Shriyapati, Narayana, and I lost that Chanchala Buddhi, indecisiveness. Chapala Buddhi, all this I lost the moment I met you. Only after I met Sita, I got that Vanara Buddhi back, because I then jumped from you to her. I don't need you, I need her. I jumped. Again, I got the trait of a Vanara. She brought that legacy of me back to me. En kulam enakku tandal. There was a great poet in the Vagayakara tradition called Arunachala Kavi, 350 years back in Tamil. If you're a fan of Carnatic music, henge ನಾವು ಕಸ್ತೂರಿ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ದಾಸರ ಪದ ಅಷ್ಟದಾಸಗಳು, ಪುರಂದರದಾಸ, ಕನಕದಾಸ, ವಿಜಯ ವಿಠ್ಠಲದಾಸ, ವೈಕುಂಠದಾಸ ಅವರ ದೇವರನಾಮ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಾಡ್ತೀವೋ, ఎలాగా తెలుగు తేట అంత ఒక వచనం ఉంది. అలాగా తెలుగులో భద్రాచల రామదాసు కీర్తనం, తర్వాత క్షేత్రయ్య పదం, ఆముక్తమాల్యద జాంబవతి పరిణయం, తళ్ళపాక అన్నమాచార్య కీర్తనాలు, ఎలాగా ఒక శిక్షార్థికి గ్రహణం చెయ్యాలో అలాగే తమిళ్లో అరుణాచల కవి అని ఒక కవి. He says what Hanuman said. பனிகால வாரிஜம் போல நிறம் கூசி பகலோரு யுகமாக கழித்தாலே பிரயாசி நினைத்தங்கே ராவணன் அண்ணான் வர சி சி நில்லடா என்று ஏசி தனித்து தன் உயிர் தன்னை தான் விட மகராசி சாரும் போதே காணும் சமயமி தேவாசி இனி தாமதம் செயல் ஆகாதென்றிடர் பேசி ராமா 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 என்றெதிர் பேசி கண்டேன் 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 சீதையை கண்டேன் ராகவா. All of them saw Hanuman. Now, this Sundara, why is he Sundara? His name is Sundara. He gave Sundara, which is he brought the joy of Sundara to Rama. He declared this. What Rama should do? I hereby announce that from now onwards the gallantry awards will be called Hanuman Awards. Something he should have said. Hanuman baro illi BDS site allocation ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. 2 ಏಕಾತ ಸೈಟ್ ನಿನಗೆ ತಕ್ಕು. Something he should have given. He called Hanuman and said, Hanuman, come here. Hanuman, I have nothing with me now. Even if I have Ayodhya with me now, and if I give that to you for the services that you have rendered, there will be no match for what you have done. I have nothing with me. I have nothing with me forever. I just have one thing. Apara paravara parikha parivrita parapura parastha davadahana javana pavana bhava kapivara parishvanga bhavita sarvasvadana. I can give you a heartfelt embrace. Other monkeys ishtena ಏನು ಸರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂಡರ್ ದ ಬೆಂಚ್ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ವಾ? ಬಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಹನುಮಾನ್ ಬಾಷ್ಪವಾರಿ ಪರಿಪೂರ್ಣ ಲೋಚನಂ, ವಾಟ್ ಅ ಗಿಫ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್. ಸೊ ಸುಂದರ ಕಾಂಡ is about the poetic ecstasy of Valmiki. It is about that attentiveness, attention to detail of Hanuman. It is about the adroit behavior of Sita and Hanuman and the conversation that they had. It was about how Hanuman was blessed throughout. He comes only after the interval. ಸಿ ಕಿಷ್ಕಿಂಧಾ ಕಾಂಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಹನುಮತ್ ಪ್ರವೇಶ, ಬಾಲ ಅಯೋಧ್ಯ ಅರಣ್ಯಕಾಂಡ ನೋ ಹನುಮಾನ್. First part of the movie, no Hanuman is there. Second part, he comes. But look at the way he owns Ramayana. If you minus Hanuman, there is nothing in the Ramayana. Sita will still be waiting in Lanka. How will Rama know of Sita without Hanuman? Hanuman is the bridge. He is like an acharya, says Vedanta Deshika. Darpo dagra dashendriyana namanaha naktaccharadishtite dehesmin bhava sindhuna parigate deenam dashamastitaha. ಅಧ್ಯತ್ವೇ ಹನುಮತ್ ಸಮೇನ ಗುರುಣ ಪ್ರಖ್ಯಾಪಿತಾರ್ಥ ಪುಮಾನ್ ಲಂಕಾ ರುದ್ಧ ವಿದೇಹ ರಾಜ ತನಯಾನ್ ನ್ಯಾಯೇನ ಲಾಲಪ್ಯತೆ, ಸೇಸ್ ವೇದಾಂತ ದೇಶಿಕ ಇನ್ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪ ಸೂರ್ಯೋದಯಂ. ದ 10 senses, 5 ಜ್ಞಾನೇಂದ್ರಿಯ, 5 ಕರ್ಮೇಂದ್ರಿಯ put together, the 10 senses were the 10 heads of Ravana, who was torturing Sita like the Jivatman which is housed in Lanka, which is equal to the Sharira. Rama is the Paramatma who has to tell Sita, the Jivatma, that I am there. So he sends the message of save and Sharanagati through Hanuman, who is an acharya who goes from Vaikuntha, which is Bharata Desha, to Lanka. So this is the philosophy. Shri Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nija Mana Mukura Sudhara Barano Raghubara Bimalayasha जोदायक फलचार बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार. जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीसति हूँ लोक उजागर. रामदूत महावीर भी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी, कंचन बरण विराज सुबेश. हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे. शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन. विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर. प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया. राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की. राम लक्ष्मण जानकी सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा. भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज सवारे. लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए. रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरत सम भाई. सहस बदन तुम रोयश गाबे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगाबे. सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद शारद सहित अहिसा. यम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते. तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा. राम लक्ष्मण जानकी राम तुम्हारो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना. युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु, लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानु. प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही, दुर्गम काज जगत के जेथे, सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिन पैसारे। सब सुख लह तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे, तीनों लोक हाँकते कापे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। राम लक्ष्मण जानकी हनुमान की, राम लक्ष्मण जानकी। नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम भजन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों युग प्रताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। राम लक्ष्मण जानकी, जय बोलो हनुमान की। राम लक्ष्मण तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्त न धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट हरे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 जय, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो शत भार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय माडेरा। कीजय नाथ हृदय माडेरा। राम लक्ष्मण जानकी, जय बोलो हनुमान की। राम जय बोलो हनुमान की। पवन तनय संकट हरण मंगल मूर्ति रूप, राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सूरभूप। बोलो हनुमान की। जानकी कांत स्मरणम, गोपिका जीवन स्मरणम। I have just 3 requests. It will take only 1 minute. One, to know about any upcoming programs, be it in English in this city or in Tamil or other cities. If you have relatives, you can surely inform them. If they are relatively free, you can say he's after all not that bad. You can go listen. So you just have to follow the Pancha Samskara 5. Instagram, X, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. Follow me somewhere, you will get to see. People ask, when is the next program? We publish 2 months ahead. Before we let you know where it happens, so that you can plan your travel, or if you are free, relatively free, you can come. So it happens in English or in Tamil. I would love to do it in Kannada, but I just hope my proficiency improves. So that is on one side. Second is about the dance program. This is going to be something very unique that I have done as a production. This is my 7th production. Please be there for Endaro Mahanubhavalu. September 26th and 27th, same event both the days. You can choose to come. 27th, there are more tickets available compared to 26th. Please do come. My Ramayana Volume 2 books will be available at the venue. You can buy them there too. Third, Yatra for Navadwaraka and Pushkar. I have given you the phone number 813-78-98571. You can call her during the day times to know about the details of the Yatra. Thanks once again for coming in large numbers. And to the beautiful temple and the committee who has found some merit in having my lectures today. Thank you so much.
One request.
Oh, yeah. See, the youngsters are saying, that's why. One last point. I told you north, south and southeast. 2 things. Just you can make note. If you don't make note also, it's okay. We'll record it. Now, see, when Hanuman comes back to Bharata Desha in Kishkindha, he falls at Rama's feet. But he faces the south. Go check in Ramayana. He faces the south. When you do Namaskara, generally elders say don't face south. How did Hanuman do? He's a Shastrajna. How did Rama allow? Because only if Hanuman faces the south and does Namaskara towards Rama who's looking north, he can do Namaskara to both Sita and Rama, because Sita is in Lanka. So that time it is south. But technically Lanka is not south, it is southeast. How do we know this? Map says Lanka is southeast. Before Rama starts to Lanka in Yuddhakanda, he tells in Kishkindha, all of us, we will get ready, we have to start to Lanka. That time he says, Uttara Phalgunyam. Today is the nakshatra of Sita, Uttara Phalguni, which is Uttiram. Tamil Uttaram only, yeah. Uttaram na Uttara Phalguni. So it is Sita's nakshatra, so it is good, sky is clear, nimitta is good, we will start. Then he says, it is good for me because for Punarvasu, this is a good nakshatra. Tomorrow is Hastam. Hastam we should not start for my nakshatra, it will not help us win in Lanka. Then there is a point. He says, let us start southwards. Generally, there is a Shastra Vakyam, you should never travel southwards. That is why in some places like Michigan, if you go, it is called Michigan right or Michigan left. They won't go straight. They'll take left, take a U-turn and then go. So people will go to the south by taking to another direction and then going south. It won't be directly south. Now Rama says, let's start to the south. Sugriva opposes. He says, no, how can we start to south? Because it is not mentioned good. That time Hanuman says, it is Purvi Dakshini. Lanka is not south, it is southeast. The rule is only for south and not southeast. So we can do. Finish?